I send them an email every day. It just takes a little effort. But it's worth it, guys.
Dads, duty matters in and out of uniform. So choose to be a father first today.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. Are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Happy Thursday and welcome to the Jim Colbert Show. The Jim part of the show is taking a personal day. He'll be back with us tomorrow, but don't worry, in his place you've got his co-host, myself, Deb Roberts. We've got our executive producer and truly the man keeping this ship afloat, Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
And the comedy alien, Ross Padgett.
Yeah, let me get a Mexican straw. I'm sorry, taquito.
Like I said, I hope you're having a great Thursday so far. We really do appreciate you spending part of your day with us. We have our usual offerings on this day. We've unfortunately not going to be able to do Date Night Done Right with Danny Meyering. She is sick. Like so many other people.
Don't start out on a negative. Tell them what they are getting, Deb.
Well, what they are getting is hopefully $1,000, Jack, and this is our last 2 days. Rub the microphone. Good luck. Mojo, Mojo.
That looked creepy.
Well, I was going to suggest motorboating it, so I thought rubbing it might be a little...
I tickled the bottom of it.
Well, then, hey, your keyword is bonus, and that's just what Ross gave you.
And there go the YouTube hits.
Hey, we welcome all of them, but truly, your keyword is bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Take that over to realradio.fm. Enter for your chance to win $1,000. Couple things to remember. If it says the keyword isn't working, just refresh your page. Jack, that's usually what solves that problem, right?
Yep. 9 times out of 10, baby.
And then make sure you keep that phone near you because within the hour, if you get a call from someone you don't recognize, it could be that call to let you know that you've won $1,000. Still sitting at 7 winners?
We are. Come on, baby.
That's all right. I feel it today.
Feel the vibes.
I feel the vibe today. I feel like we're going to get a winner on the Jim Colbert Show today.
Feel the aura.
We have one of 4 keywords to give you, so this is the first one, bonus. Like I said, we've got Colbert Court coming up later on in the show. We've got Jeff Stanford, the VP of Marketing over at the Orlando Science Center, to talk to us about the Spark STEM Fest.
Nice.
And then, of course, trivia and Ross thoughts, more fun and mayhem to wrap up the day. Do you ever been to a STEM Fest or any kind of where they do those science experiments?
Yeah.
Well, last year when we did the show from there, remember we had the paper airplane guy?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Don't you? I find it makes me like a kid again.
Yeah, I enjoyed the paper airplane guy. Guy had the world record for a paper airplane.
He did, man. He could really toss that paper airplane.
And you think people are like, paper airplane guy, what's that? But it's impressive.
It was, because he was able to make it do some tricks in the air.
And he was also entertaining.
It was very entertaining.
He dressed, sounded, looked like the guy that would dedicate his life to paper airplanes.
So let's do this. When Jeff Sanford comes in,
right.
He's the VP of Marketing for Orlando Science Center. Let's just give him a bunch of paper and have him make paper airplanes for us.
I think that's a brilliant idea, Jack. I'm sure he's up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nothing like a surprise request at the last minute.
And I'll never forget that guy. I'm so happy you brought that dude up.
I think I saved one of his paper airplanes. It's hanging on my fridge.
He was just one of the MVPs of that whole event.
It was.
He had the vibe of like, I know I'm good. And he also had the vibe of like, and I know it's not that big of a deal because it's a paper airplane. But life is fun.
But it really was pretty cool. So, yeah, if you're an adult and you think, oh, man, this is going to be just kid-centric, no.
Well, kid centric is when done right, is still a blast. I mean, we're all adults and we're watching this guy fold an paper airplane.
Oh,
God almighty.
get him, Jack.
A paper airplane, and we were just like, wow.
I know.
Look at the goat.
I know.
The goat of paper. Can't make a bird, but he can make a plane,
And he can make that bird fly.
Paper airplanes, that's just U.S. Air Force origami. Now when I think about it.
Correct.
That is a
look
good
at
point.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Aerodynamic origami.
Even our paper airplanes are better. Hell yeah, USA.
So, speaking of good times, how was your Valentine's Day yesterday?
Had a lovely time. My
Did
wife
you?
and I went out to eat. We went to Maxine's on Shine.
Ooh, good choice.
An Orlando institution, which I still love Ross's description of Maxine and Kurt of Maxine's on Shine.
It's the best.
If Orlando was a couple,
Oh,
they would be Maxine and Kurt.
100%.
Yeah.
It is truly. What'd you just call it? An Orlando legend, Orlando staple?
Institution. Yeah.
Institution. You could triple that statement.
I love the place. And also, they just finished, or almost finished, with expanding their outdoor dining, which...
Oh, perfect timing.
Well, yeah, it stemmed from the pandemic, and they kind of had, that temporary dining outside when that's all people were doing, and then they worked to make it more permanent. Now they've built a permanent structure there, and it's lovely. So they've really expanded the footprint of the restaurant, and it's always a fun time. And it's actually it's turned into a Valentine's Day tradition for my wife and I.
Oh, that's good. So you've got your traditional spot.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now we know that she gave you a card.
Yeah.
And you made the dinner reservations.
Yes. Boom.
Boom, shakalaka, bases covered.
Do you need to know anything else? I don't think so.
No, I'm going to move right on to Ross now,
Thank you
Jack.
very much.
I'm going to move on to.
Text me.
I took pictures, but she doesn't know.
Red leather, black leather.
How was your Valentine's, Ross?
It was very cool. It was very epic, but it was also filled with my wife, and I know we're gonna keep talking about this for months until
at least 9.
At least 9 or 7 because I told you 2 months.
That's
late.
right. Yeah.
But my wife is pregnant. If you're just joining the program, we announced that last week. Yeah, we celebrated. It's a fun time.
Ross is, baby hasn't even been born yet. He's like,
Yeah, we're moving on. I don't want to dwell too much on it, but it is a very special moment. But she's just sleeping a whole bunch. So I came home with pizza. She ate said pizza, passed out. And then I talked to my brother about heartbreak for like an hour.
Yours or his?
I think just the concept of heartbreak.
Oh, okay.
And how comically bad it is and how it
Oh,
sucks and yet you can't prevent those feelings. Everyone's gone through a breakup here.
Oh, you're helping someone through a breakup on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I've been there. I've done that before.
Yeah, I guess.
But, just talking about how human that entire feeling is.
I know, isn't it?
Oh, man, it is comically bad. It is so bad it makes me laugh, especially in hindsight when I look over my emotions that I had during my episode of Heartbreaks.
Right.
Matter of fact, if you need proof, you can go to JimColbertLive.com.
Oh.
On the top menu bar, you click on Ross Sauce, and you scroll down, and I believe there is a video called Heartbreak and All.
I see. Look at that. I even forgot that I did that. I made an entire sketch over the idea of heartbreak being a like a diet thing. I basically said that heartbreak was the new Wegovy.
Yeah. It says, want to lose weight? Get your heart broke.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I think it's so
that's
funny.
That's the truth. That or that new love, right? Where you get into that new love and like you don't eat and you don't sleep and all you can do is think about them. They say it's like the equivalent of your body being on a cocaine binge, which is part of the reason why scientists say you could never maintain that state of mind or stasis in your body permanently. It would kill you.
Yeah. What do you think is the expiration date on new love?
6 months.
6 months?
Well, what that whole love bombing phase.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a 3 to 6 month, ramp down
before you settle into like our Valentine's Day, which was sweet, but I mean, it was after 8:30 before Chris walked in with flowers and a card, and dinner. Jack, how brilliant are you to have made your reservations wisely? Because we talked about yesterday how like even getting food to go would be impossible.
Right.
Oh, yeah. At first, Chris was like, "You want to go out?" And I'm like, "I don't think we're going to find anything." So we're like, "Well, let's just do takeout." 45 minutes to an hour to get your order.
Well, that checks out.
So we had flowers, cards, and Chinese food.
There you go.
That's fine.
It was.
And most importantly, each other.
From
What?
Get your Disney Pixar ass out of here.
What are you guys
he was just
talking
talking about heartbreak,
Oh,
and you're
yeah,
over
yeah.
there.
He's a heartbreak guy. I'm all about love.
I do find heartbreak entertaining, especially when it's not happening to you. And even when I look
Yeah.
back at my own heartbreak, I can now look at it as pretty entertaining. When you're crying because you're crying, and then you can't stop crying because you're crying. And it's just crying, and then you're choking up on your own snot.
Oh, ugly cry.
Ugly cry.
You know what? You're not even making the noises that you usually make.
Speaking in tongues.
And you're just, oh, man.
So when you're helping someone with heartbreak, do you try to make them laugh by talking about, or you don't like just bust up laughing in their face going, "Oh man, this is so great"?
No, and also, I feel like it sucks that we do, 12-minute segments every now and then because I feel like it needs more context, If someone is really going through it and they're crying, I'm there to rub it back, and I'm here to tell them,
Aw.
feel your feelings, big dog.
Jack, you need to let him rub your back sometime.
Whoa, I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
good.
all right, I'm
Life
just
is
saying.
good.
What is Deb saying? I don't know if Deb understood what she signed up for on that sentence. But
Wait a minute.
just like I'll be there for a friend, and I think the
That's
most
cool.
important thing to do is just listen. And there's really nothing, there's no complete sentence that I'm going to conjure up that's going to make all of this go away.
Right.
The one thing that I usually go to when it comes to not just breakup, but anything bad is it's more than likely temporary. And that the easier you come to grips with going, I'm going to feel like this and it's going to suck.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you come to grips with knowing that it's going to suck, I think it speeds up the suckiness overall. Once you know that I know this is going to end. I know I'm going to get over so-and-so. I don't know when, but I think that thought process quickens the process of heartbreak.
I agree.
Give it time.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Give
going
it
to need time.
Give it time. Don't force yourself. Don't judge your emotions.
I like this love guru that Ross is channeling today, and I would like to open it up. We had a prompt yesterday for our talkbacks. Today, if you need relationship advice, you want to leave it in a talkback, Ross will answer it during the show. It's the iHeartRadio app. You bring up Real Radio. There's a little microphone there. You tap that. You can send us a message. You can preview it before you send it. Make sure it sounds exactly how you want it to. Send it to us, and we will play these on our rejoins back into the show throughout the afternoon, and Ross will solve all your problems.
Okay, good. So we're gonna unleash the love guru to solve the romantic woes of the fabulous people that listen to us. Ross, I can't believe how generous you are.
I'll be honest with you, I'm 100% down with this. I will more than likely never meet the people leaving these talkbacks. So here comes some stage 5 cold honesty.
Okay.
I will tell you, that's not the way it should be.
Well, I'm leaning in.
Yeah, I'm leaning in for
Since
sure.
You want to find out why you're single? Leave us a talkback.
Leave us a talk back. You heard Jack, just what you got to do.
It might work also with calls too. If you're looking for a little Q&A back and forth.
Dude, I don't know. I think relationships are so fascinating, and I love knowing that Deb, your relationship with Chris, Jack, your relationship with Naomi, it's a completely different cosmos of personality traits and experiences and preferences, and how anybody just looks at that and goes, oh, that's boring. But that is beyond me.
All right, well, download that free iHeartRadio app. Look up for Real Radio 104.1. Hit that little red microphone. Record your best material asking for Ross's help with love. We're going to take those talkbacks, and in the meantime, we're going to take a short break. When we get back, we're going to talk about Kansas City police saying 2 of the Kansas City shooters are juveniles. Florida's gambling addiction hotline is struggling to keep up with demand, and a would-be Romeo falls short in an effort to make up with his girlfriend. And before you ask, yes, it is here in Florida. We'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News. So keep it right here on The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents to watch out for this afternoon. Conway Road southbound at McCoy Road, Highway 1792 northbound near Central Florida Parkway, and traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you could expect your regular delays before US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road. Road construction is causing bumper-to-bumper traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound after County Road 470. The right lane is blocked. Traffic is backed up to US 301. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. Visit new and exciting places across the U.S. on Amtrak. It isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey. Without busy airports or cramped car rides, with no middle seats, extra legroom, and first-class private rooms, new adventures are just an Amtrak away. Book now at Amtrak.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Mills Air. You know, with this Florida roller coaster weather, it's always good to make sure your AC is ready to go at all times. That preventive maintenance plan at Mills Air can do that for you, saving your money and detecting upcoming breakdowns as well. They've been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years, taking good care of you. They're Carrier factory authorized dealers with rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to the experts at Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, fljobsnow.com for more info.
Very local. Powered by Wesh 2. Local news.
Breaking news this morning.
Original series and specials.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office, Orlando.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. You deserve a ride that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and I'll get you way over appraised value for your clunker. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? We kiss up to the banks and lenders who want to say yes. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. Check out our brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. Fall in love with the award-winning 2024 Outlander with 0% for 60 months. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $89 per month. Trade-ins, kiss it goodbye. We'll pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. One of the dangers of buying a lab-grown diamond versus a natural diamond is you could be paying way too much.
Somebody is getting a product for $6,000 and they sell it for $55,000. That's a sin. That's a crime as far as I'm concerned.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire says lab-grown diamonds are being marketed as less expensive alternatives, but the truth is their inherent value is dropping fast due to mass production.
You go try to sell that man-grown diamond back to the market, nobody wants it. There's no market for it.
Keith says just be careful. You need to get all the facts before you take a shortcut that you could regret down the road if the trend continues.
What you're buying is a throwaway diamond as far as I'm concerned. The fish tanks are waiting and they're going to be filled.
At International Diamond Center, we're proud to say all of our diamonds come from Mother Earth and took millions thousands of years to make and are real, rare, precious, and ethically sourced. International Diamond Center, helping people navigate the diamond industry for more than 40 years.
When he presents that to his future fiancée, you want him to be proud.
4 Orlando locations and always at shopidc.com.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows that Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. And now, during our President's Day sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add any base. Ends Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
And welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. We truly do appreciate it. 3 o'clock keyword is bonus, BONUS. Take that over to realradio.fm for your chance to win $1,000 today and tomorrow, folks. That's it, at least for a month or two. So, like I said, welcome back. The Jim part of the show will be back tomorrow, just taking a personal day. You've got Deb, Jack, and Ross, and now it's time to get woke.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Give him a listen Saturday morning when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show. All right, the police chief in Kansas City says the Super Bowl celebration parade shooting started as a dispute between several people that ended in gunfire. Police Chief Stacey Graves said 2 of the shooters are juveniles. She added that half of the 22 victims who were wounded are under the age of 16. Now, a popular 44-year-old local DJ, who was also the mother of 2, was killed as the gunfire broke out among the crowd of thousands yesterday. DJ Lisa Lopez Galvin, or Lisa G, DJ Lisa G as she was known, was host of the Taste of Tejano on KKFI radio. Like I said, also the mother of 2 children and her adult son, and 2 of his cousins were also wounded in that shooting.
It's so pointless.
It is. And what's pointless is that it's kids with guns getting into an argument who end up causing panic for thousands of people. Thankfully, it wasn't politically motivated or terrorism related, but still tragic nonetheless. And Florida's 3 NFL teams reacted to Wednesday's Super Bowl parade shooting in Kansas City. The Jacksonville Jaguars, Miami Dolphins, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers each issued statements offering their support and sympathies after the shooting that killed 1 and injured nearly 24 others. 3 people were taken into custody. Still no identified, I guess because they're juveniles, they're being real careful about releasing any personal information about the suspects.
Yeah.
And apparently some of the football fans in attendance of that parade helped take some of those suspects down, at least one of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had actually a really odd moment and sad moment that was definitely jarring enough to share. Throughout the entire Super Bowl, one of my favorite things ever happened. CBS Sports Golazo, which is a soccer-themed show, follow me here, was collaborating with a lot of NFL pundits and commentators. And I'm seeing, like, best of both worlds, the greatest soccer players interacting, right? Well, the CBS Sports show, they are all European on that show. 2 of them are British, 1 of them is French. And they found out the news of the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade shooting. And they stopped the show and played the same, I hate to say this, but the same somber card that I have seen over and over and over again. And when I watched Europeans react to the shooting, I almost laughed because it looks like this was their first rodeo when it comes to American shootings and tragedies. And when I watched it, my initial reaction was, oh, guys, buckle up. If you're going to get into American sports media, this happens a lot. And I mean, an awkward amount. And it made me, when I saw Europeans react to the news, it made me recognize how normalized it's gotten for me.
Yeah, and jaded for all of us, right?
It was an odd moment to see Europeans react to this news, and I just thought, oh man,
I know.
You better sit down.
Get ready.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a familiar name is back in the news. There are new allegations connecting Congressman Matt Gaetz to a woman who was paid to have sex with. Now, ABC News reported yesterday that the House Ethics Committee has text messages from 7 years ago that show Gaetz planned to go to the Keys with a woman Joel Greenberg had paid to have sex with other men. Greenberg, of course, is a former associate of Gaetz. ABC also reports the woman was over 21 and never actually went on the trip, but texts say from Gaetz indicates other women did. Gaetz's office tells ABC News he has no knowledge of these activities by Greenberg and was not involved with them. His reps also say Gaetz has never paid for sex and doesn't know anything about the woman ABC News is referencing. We'll see if there's anything more that comes of that. It's weird that it just came up out of nowhere.
Yeah, so...
and she was over 21, so I don't...
Well, paying for it. If there's documentation that he arranged to pay for it, then...
Watch, it was like a public Venmo post, like you didn't even put it on private.
Didn't they already get him for that?
There's already proof of that with Greenberg, Venmo payments.
Well, there's Venmo payments and then putting it on private, which is still dumb.
Right.
But man, if they had Venmo payments and they left it on public, it's even better.
I don't understand why anyone needs their Venmo payments public.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't.
No,
Why?
I don't either.
Yeah,
I don't like reading them either. It makes me feel like someone left their bedroom door open.
Oh, no, I'll read them. I'll read them. You're putting it out there? It's like, all right, let's see what you're buying.
All right. Well, Governor Ron DeSantis today asked the Florida Department of Education to take action against people who are politicizing the parental objection process to weed out inappropriate books. At a press conference in Orlando, the governor announced a plan to prevent the wrong books from being flagged as inappropriate. Now, DeSantis says individual school districts are responsible for upholding state education standards and policing inappropriate material. The governor says classics like To Kill a Mockingbird, Romeo and Juliet, Charlotte's Web, and The Diary of Anne Frank are not banned in the state, just in classrooms. And speaking of classrooms, man, have you guys noticed? To me, it just seems like children are getting to be more and more feral these days. Ross, your baby is not included in that.
Oh, it so is.
But a student is accused of attacking a school resource officer in Orlando. The SRO arrested a 12-year-old at Lake Nona Middle School yesterday. Orlando police say the child became verbally aggressive and not only that, physically violent with school staff and the SRO. It got so bad, the officer tried to de-escalate the situation and ended up having to pepper spray the 12-year-old. The OPD says the student was taken to the hospital out of an abundance of caution. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The child is facing some pretty serious charges, though, include battery on a school employee, battery on a law enforcement officer, and resisting with violence.
Are we all okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, because I know when it was it a 6-year-old that one time?
Yes.
A couple years ago? And
little 6-year-old girl?
Yeah, but 12-year-old, we can say, hey, you made it to middle school.
Yeah.
You assault not only anyone, but you assault the resource officer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at 12 years old, you can be a pretty big guy already,
You just accidentally got to stick him. Just like, oh, sorry, dude, didn't see you there. And I think the message gets sent.
Why are you assuming it's a guy, Deb?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We don't know how they identify.
Well, no, just by saying that sometimes 12 years old, you can think, oh, just a little kid.
But 12, there's a big range.
Yes, there
because
is.
At 12, some kids have had a lot of, hormonal activity, and some are still waiting.
Exactly.
Waiting on that train
It's,
platform.
it's so weird seeing a 6th grader versus an 8th grader, and you're like, oh my God, one has a beard, the other one can't spell.
A bill that limits what local governments can do to protect workers from heat illness is advancing in Tallahassee. This is crazy to me. A House committee yesterday passed House Bill 433. It bans cities and counties from imposing their own protections on private contractors for those who work outdoors in extreme heat. West Palm Beach Republican State Rep Rick Roth says it's insulting for the government to insinuate that companies need more help protecting workers from heat exposure. The bill also bans cities and counties from passing their own minimum wage laws and from choosing contractors based on how much they pay their employees. Fort Myers Republican State Representative Tiffany Esposito is sponsoring the bill. She tells Spectrum News 13 this leaves it up to the employer to decide how much to pay their employees based on market conditions.
You said that first guy's name is Rick Roth?
Rick Roth.
Which is Mike Tyson's favorite rapper?
I think this is going to be a different Rick Roth. And speaking of lawn care and stuff working outside, it looks like it could be up to voters to settle a noisy debate in one Orange County city.
Noisy.
The Winter Park City Commission held a workshop yesterday to discuss a ban on those gas-powered leaf blowers. The law passed 2 years ago, as we've mentioned before, but the commission decided 2 weeks ago to hold off on issuing fines to violators. Commissioners are going to meet again in a couple of weeks to discuss putting the ban up for a vote in 2025. Now, the idea for a ballot measure came after City Manager Randy Knight met with Lake Mary Republican State Senator Jason Brodeur, who threatened to make such a ban illegal statewide. Knight says he agreed to put the issue up for a vote next year if Brodeur agreed to drop his threat. Mayor Phil Anderson tells the Orlando Sentinel maybe this is one of those things where the people should have a direct say.
Well,
I think in all cases, if you're, right?
What?
The people should have a direct say, right?
Well, I mean, I think we have a fake direct say. I think that happens a little too much than we would like to admit. This whole thing, Deb, I got to tell you, is just so frustrating for me to even hear that someone is going to spend this amount of time and effort to replace because of noise. And I get it. But stuff makes noise. Like,
the part of the story that upset me is when, a state lawmaker comes in and then threatens to. It's all this little eating away at cities and counties' ability to self-govern is what bothers me the most.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me.
So,
if the city of Winter Park decides this, then it's the city of Winter Park. But for a state senator to then come in and say, well, if you do this, I'm going to make it happen statewide, it's just, to me, it's strong-arm politics that it doesn't help.
These governors don't like when they disagree with federal policy that they have to deal with. And so it's not much different than from a, larger governmental entity imposing their will, on you and your community.
Just let cities, counties, states, let the people decide. And locally, they know more than at the state level.
And then who is this for? Like, who is this adamant about going, oh, my God, is that a gas leaf blower? Get that out of here. Who's
Winter Park?
Winter Park, here's the deal. I think it's Tom and Dan.
Really?
I do. Yeah, they recorded their show in the daytime, and they're always complaining about the landscapers on the outside.
Well, a lot of people, if you think all the remote work that's been going on.
I think they started this. I believe it all comes back to Tom and Dan.
Well, Jack, I've got a story for you in your neighborhood. Have you been seeing any brown water?
Why?
Well, residents in Seminole County may notice discolored water.
Bitch. It better not be Winter Springs because they just jacked our water rates. You had it in the news a couple months ago. I'm paying $30 more a month on this now.
Residents in Seminole County
be clear.
may notice discolored water as their city tries to catch up on a maintenance backlog. Some Winter Springs residents started noticing on Monday that the water coming out of their taps was brown. Utilities officials say 2 fire hydrants in Oak Forest were damaged while crews were doing maintenance on them. The county says the city hasn't inspected its hydrants in 4 years. So Mayor Kevin McCann said yesterday the city fell behind because of staff turnover has caused a lot of problems. So he also tells Spectrum News 13 residents may continue to see brown water as work is done on other fire hydrants in the city starting next month.
Come on, Winter Springs, get your stuff together. You're going to charge me another 20% for water or 30% maybe.
Have you been drinking? That's the drunkest I've ever heard you.
I'm mad.
All right, the state's
We're all a little angry when Jim's not here. we all have to eat a piece of the angry pie.
Dude,
I know.
We have to hit a quota.
Speaking of quota, the state's gambling addiction hotline ringing off the hook. Since sports betting became legal last December, Jennifer Krause with the Florida Council on Compulsive Gambling says there are only 8 pari-mutuels funding resources for problem gamblers. She predicts, how many calls do you think they're going to get this fiscal year?
I don't know, but I bet you $50 I don't have a gambling problem. How many calls a year?
Yeah. This fiscal year.
For nationwide?
No, this is just here in Florida.
Just in Florida.
Just in Florida.
Okay, I will go 500,000.
I'll go 210,000.
Damn, you guys. Yeah, no, it's not that bad. 40,000.
Okay.
But it's higher than the 26,000 that they had the previous year. And she says their numbers might not even be accurate because not everybody calls a gambling hotline.
No, they do not.
Whatever it is, throw money at it, and that money needs to come from Seminole Hard Rock.
Well,
but listen, if they can have exclusivity on gambling in the state,
they should take care of it.
They can have exclusivity on funding the gamblers in a hotline, help hotline.
Who do you think the largest increase? What demographic has the largest increase?
Young kids.
Kids?
Young adult, Gen Z.
Young adult men.
Yeah.
Young adult men.
Yeah, because it's a blast. And I don't think older men understand technology as well. So it's like we are that sweet spot.
Well, more toll roads are coming to Central Florida. The Metro Plan Orlando Board unanimously approved amendments yesterday with the 2045 Metropolitan Transportation Plan. It includes 3 projects along I-4. Just when you thought the construction was over. In Orange County, there will be a toll lane in each direction. The FDOT also wants to have 2 express lanes and auxiliary lanes in each direction of the interstate in Osceola County. The projects each received funding to advance construction, with work expected to get underway in Osceola County next year. Bob's Barricade still making money hand over fist.
Not owned by Bob anymore, but still, they're all out there.
They are. I mean, I don't know, it's like barrels are having barrel babies. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson congratulating Intuitive Machines and SpaceX for their successful launch of a lunar lander from the Kennedy Space Center early this morning. Anybody hear the sonic boom after 1 a.m?
I did not, but I saw people complaining about it on the Nextdoor app.
Oh, did you?
Did anyone hear those noises in the night? I'm like, relax.
Newbie. The mission aims to put 6 NASA instruments on the moon, and Nelson calls that, quote, a giant leap for humanity, end quote.
Space flute, space trumpet, space drums.
Gotta have space drums.
One of those instruments is actually a student-led project, and that will be the first student-led project to ever land on the moon.
That's a space recorder.
Ooh, breaking news. That is the dumbest joke I've ever said on air. There it is.
He added NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services initiative will help shape the future. For the Artemis mission, the lander is expected to reach the lunar surface on February 22nd.
I think you had worse.
Oh, no, that was up there. That's my personal.
All right, if you haven't heard, Jennifer Lopez will be coming to Florida this summer. The singer-actress is going to kick off a tour in support of her new album, This Is Me Now, starting on June 26th right here in Orlando at the Kia Center. Pretty cool, right?
There you go, J-Lo.
Coming here first. Lopez
from the block.
Will hit the Kaseya Center in Miami on June 28th and the Amalie Arena in Tampa on August 27th. The tour of more than 30 cities will wrap up in Houston on August 21st. Pre-sales for tickets will start on Tuesday, with the general sale beginning on February 23rd.
Ooh, you think the Dung Kings will make an appearance?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. That would be, wow, what a crossover that would be.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's no chance
Not
of
a
that
chance.
happening.
Tom
No.
Brady, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
Well, this is said to be her last album, and she has like some three-pronged, like a movie that's debuting with this. That's a love story. This Is Me Now.
Well, what is she, 52 or so?
I think so.
Maybe more.
I don't know.
So they're saying this is it for her. This is her last tour and her last album.
She can keep going.
Arguably the greatest aged person to ever breathe.
Ever. I agree with you on that one, Ross.
I don't know
54.
I don't know how she's 54, and then 20 years ago, she looks younger.
Yeah, you're right.
She's got Spanish Benjamin Button. She's got Benjamin Button. Oh, that might have been racist. I don't know. Borderline offensive. Deb, what's next?
No. All right, our final story of today. Probably not quite the Valentine's Day experience this Polk County woman was expecting. Sheriff Grady Judge says her ex-boyfriend, Anthony Lewis, allegedly made off with a couple of Sandhill crane statues from someone else's yard and then put them in her yard in an effort to make up with her.
Yeah, they're mine now. What a bold move.
In a video,
I stole these for you.
Just like you stole my heart. In a video posted to the department's Facebook page, Judd says the statues were actually a gift to the victim from her late husband. Judd says Lewis has 39 previous burglary and theft charges and is now behind bars in Polk County. Wah, wah. He may not have done good on Valentine's Day, but we're still welcoming your talkbacks where you ask Ross for love advice.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, he's got you. So, again, just download the free iHeartRadio app. Look for the little red microphone. Send us your best 30-second sob story of why you need Ross's love advice.
We'll hit that next.
And more coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
Real Radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
Carlos, you've never looked at a cat and just wanted to rub your face in it?
Now I've done that. All right. Now we're talking about specific cats.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast on this Thursday. And for the rest of today across Central Florida, we'll expect pleasant temperatures. We'll continue to climb to a high of 76 degrees for Orlando. We do expect the clouds to stick around, though. Maybe a few peaks of sunshine possible. Even warmer temperatures for our Friday with a high of 78 before the rain arrives for this weekend. We have an 80% chance of rain for Sunday and a 70% chance of rain for Saturday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Going stir crazy with your pet? Invisible Fence brand works in any weather so you can stay warm while your dog gets their energy out in the yard. Their local pet experts work with you to create a customized solution tailored to fit your pet. Learn more about how pets like yours gain independence at InvisibleFence.com.
Leap into savings at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. This month only. Shop new Rogue with an ultra-affordable price of $24,999. Shop our biggest used car inventory with so many under $20,000 and payments from $99 a month. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty. VIN number PC 910375. See dealer for details.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Hey, are you planning to get an updated COVID-19 vaccine?
Yep. I don't want to get seriously sick and miss out on spending time with friends and family.
Does it cost a lot? I don't have insurance.
If you don't have health insurance, or if your insurance doesn't cover an updated COVID-19 vaccine, you can get one for free with the Bridge Access program. Just look for places that participate in Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
Sounds good. Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
A message from CDC.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
That's right. He's back.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
You can once again listen to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
It's about transcending whatever you think you are and becoming something better.
That's what it's about.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Joe Rogan Experience, and listen now. While you're there, check out the smartest and most listened to conspiracy podcast, Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo Goulet, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
The Monster Truck Circus is coming to the new Smyrna Speedway with 4 big shows. Friday, February 23rd, 7, Saturday, February 24th, 2 and 7 p.m. and Sunday, February 25th, 2 p.m. Big blown monster trucks flying 30 feet in the air. Freestyle motocross riders and a jet fire show. 2 big events in one with monster trucks and a circus-style kids zone with bounce houses, monster truck rides, and real fair food. All kids are free with a paid adult, and all advanced tickets get a free pit party pass at monstertruckc.com. Smyrna Speedway will never be the same again.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. Aspireallergy.com and tackle your allergies head on.
Bike Week is right around the corner. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week March 1st through the 10th. Enjoy food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership right off I-4 across from the mall at Millennia.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
Hey, it's Cancer Trucker. I'd like to wish my daughter a happy birthday today. She was born in Monmouth County, New Jersey on this day.
What up?
She would have been a Valentine's baby, but the doctor was on break on Tuesdays. So happy birthday to my daughter, Latasha, one of Jersey's finest, living in Kansas.
Happy birthday, Latasha. That's awesome.
Jersey strong, baby.
You know it. Got the best of Jersey sitting right here.
Let's go.
And Ross and I had Jersey Mike's. Does that count?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Jim will be back with us tomorrow, just taking a personal day. You've got Deb, Jack, and Ross. Ross, what were you about to say, hon?
Nothing.
We have some talkbacks that are seeking Ross's advice.
All
so
right.
we have that because the Love Guru, Ross, the Love Guru, stepping in after Valentine's Day to kind of help you along with your path. And we're going to start out with a frequent caller to the show and talkbacker, Larry.
Oh, Larry.
Here we go.
Ross, what you just said, the loss of my wife, is exactly what I'm going through right now. The verbiage you said, the way you said it was, I need to pay you, $1 million through my Medicare, okay? Jesus. That's exactly right, bro.
And what he was referring to is that, like, there are some times, I mean, that's a tragedy.
It really is.
And one of, if not the worst that someone can go through.
And we're sorry about that, Larry.
And my advice when it comes to tragedies especially is you got to feel your feelings. It sucks. It's going to suck, but try your best to not forget that this too shall go away. This is temporary. And that little speck of light, just even if you can't see it, just know that it's there. And knowing that it's there can, and in my opinion, speed up those traumatic and
healing process.
The healing process.
That will go away, but what won't go away is Larry owing Ross $1 million, which is why I played it to get it on the record.
And I'm going to want a cut of that, too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's going to be really fun watching Jim understand that he's not getting any. Sorry, dude.
He doesn't need it. He's all right.
You took the day off.
Another talk back for Ross.
Hey, Ross. How do you get over the heartbreak of knowing your girlfriend gave you crabs?
Oh, that's a doctor thing, Playboy. The first thing you got to do, I don't know what your insurance situation is, but you're going to have to, I hope you got a HSA, because that makes that whole payment thing a lot easier. That's what I just learned. Not through crabs. No. I went to the dentist.
Yeah.
Not because of crabs either. What I'm trying to say is that's a doctor thing. And you're probably never going to get over. You're not going to stop thinking about that girl until the crabs are gone.
You're not going to think about where she got them from.
Yeah.
You don't want to. Yeah, no, you're not going to want to think about that.
Next caller.
Yeah, Ross, I really need your help. My sock says it wants to have nothing to do with me anymore.
Okay, so laundry and refresh that computer. You're going to restart that computer. So laundry, and I'm not sure if you're an ankle sock guy or a tube sock guy. That depends on what God gave you. All right? But laundry, restart that computer, get back out there. Get back out there.
One more. Here we go.
Ross, tell me how to love myself. I can't get anybody else to tell me how to do it. You're the expert, so let's go.
All right, loving yourself.
Oh, boy. Jack, help him with this. I do not want to be responsible for anything.
No, Love Guru's got this down.
Yeah. Love yourself. Let's just get this part out of the way. Sock joke, I'm obliged to. There you go. Moving on after now how to actually love yourself. You have to find out what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what's the thing that you like doing. And every time that I feel pride or have a level of love for myself, it's because I accomplished something that I wanted to do, whether it be Legos. I don't know what that guy's into, but let's say he's into Legos. It's a weird example, but it'll still work. Get the biggest, baddest, hardest piece of Lego set possible and make that. And at the very end, when you put that last piece and you made yourself smile because you did it, that's loving yourself. You loved yourself at the very least in that moment. Find out who you are, tunnel vision, lean into it, getting better at something. That's a cheat code of loving yourself.
Jack, you have anything to add to loving yourself?
I love Legos, so I don't know. Maybe I need to get some Legos.
I think he was possibly speaking directly to you.
I mean, anything. For me, whenever I don't like myself, I put myself in like a mental corner and I have to make something. That's my little cheat code of how I find a path of loving myself and enjoying what I am bringing to society, of going, that wasn't there if I didn't make it. So creativity has the foundation of loving myself, and that's kind of why I pursue it.
I don't understand what Deb was trying to imply, because I feel I have a healthy love for myself. I'm just saying.
I don't think you do at all, Jack.
What?
I think, yeah, so look at that. You hear that what?
Even that what sounded disingenuous.
Absolutely.
What?
This whole thing, that whole thing. Jack, you said that and then you bit down on your finger. Like a little girl doing a suntan commercial or whatever that was.
I don't love all of myself. I don't love that little cuticle there.
Yeah, or the spot on your arm.
No, I was looking at that today. I've stopped picking that, if you haven't noticed.
Because it's been cold.
And what does that mean?
You're wearing long sleeves, so you can't get to it.
Yeah, and I'm going to take credit for that, by the way. This entire time, this man has been picking his arms until he bleeds, and he's like, I don't know what to do. One day, you remember what I said? I was like, just wear a long sleeve shirt. And you're like, I've not thought of that.
The love guru struck before he even knew he was the love guru, Jack.
Hey, man, if you want to stop bleeding, dude, just put on a jacket. Nailed it.
The guy's got it going on.
He does. He has.
If you want to seek out the Love Guru's advice today, leave us a talk back. We'll get more of those later in the show.
We got a text saying I'm not leaving a voicemail. I don't know why he's so adamant about telling us that, but the text said, what can Ross suggest for a 30? This is like a riddle to me that we have to cross a wizard's bridge.
Go for it.
What can Ross suggest for a 39-year-old virgin who was stuck on his ex but is ready to move on? So there's like 3 contradictions there. You had an ex, but you're still a virgin. He's ready to move on, but he's still stuck on his ex. Huh?
Yeah.
What? And then he's also a fry station employee at an Arby's. That's irrelevant. I don't know why we need to know about the Arby's thing. But I feel like I can give advice for if you're older and you're a virgin. It's okay. It's okay. That's completely fine. It's a lot of self-inflicted pressure that you're probably putting on yourself, but I promise you, when it comes to being in the wild, you're the special one. You are the screaming minority. And
a real unicorn.
And it's on your perspective to look at that as a good thing or a bad thing, or for what it really is in the big picture of all of your life, an indifferent thing.
Nothing.
It will be a moment for about 2 weeks for your future partner, and then none of that will ever matter ever again.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Love Guru, and you can only find him here on the Jim Colbert Show. So leave us your talkbacks if you would like some relationship advice from the Love Guru. You can just get that wherever you free iHeart Radio app. Look for Real Radio 104.1. Oh, there we go. That's the proper level. I bet there's a standing ovation in there.
Yeah. Oh, man, I got so close recently.
Record your question. We also have a fresh keyword coming for you, and that's coming up next. We'll cover more love advice from Ross right here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at heavy traffic this afternoon on I-4 in the Orlando area as you travel east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits and through downtown. Looking at a crash northbound on 436 this afternoon that is currently blocking the right lane at Curry Ford Road. No major slowdowns to report for those on the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you run into traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. If you like using debit over credit, shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Your neighborhood Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need to get ready for spring. Now through February 29th, get the best prices on made for Florida Sunnyland fertilizers, Miracle Grow soils, Roundup weed and grass killers, yard tools, and more. Cypress mulch is 4 for $10 all month long. And don't forget to bring in your steel outdoor power equipment to one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 service centers for a spring tune-up. Tools Ace Hardware has 12 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store delivery or pickup. And be sure to look for our brand new Tools Ace Hardware store coming to Hamlin soon.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
The Players' Championship is back at TPC Sawgrass March 12th through 17th. Don't miss your chance to see the PGA Tour's top players competing on the iconic Stadium course, home to the famous Island Green 17th hole. Watch the drama unfold as the battle for the Players' Championship trophy takes place in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Secure your spot to see defending champions Scottie Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Victor Hovland, and more today. Tickets are on sale now at theplayers.com.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Mills Air and Business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS, BILLS, BILLS. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey Ross, I got one for you. So I got divorced about 4 years ago because my ex cheated on me with my best friend. Not just my best friend, but my best friend since grade school, the man who was the best man at my wedding, and the man who was the godfather to my children. They now bought a house and live together. I'm kind of moved on, I have, but still struggling with that mightily, having the two people closest to you betray you. So, boss man, what do you got for that?
Yeah, we're going to let him answer that in just a moment, but welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. A lot to unpack there and figure out. The Jim part will be back tomorrow. Just took a personal day, but you've got Dub, Jack, and he's no longer the comedy alien Ross Padgett. Now
we can add. We're just adding more titles.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to lose any.
I like medieval stuff, so like the longer the title, the more Game of Thronesy it sounds.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
the comedy alien,
Alien.
son of Roger Paget.
Yeah.
The love guru.
Yeah.
Ross Paget. He's taking your talkbacks today, answering your love problems, your romance woes.
Well, it's right after Valentine's Day.
It is.
And I know, here's the thing about all the super affectionate holidays. There are a certain sector of people who it backfires.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're not wrong. They're feeling their feelings for a reason. Maybe they got something bad happened to them on Valentine's Day or around Valentine's Day. If you got broken up with in December, Christmas is kind of ruined for,
a while.
Yeah, for a little bit there, for a couple of years. But specifically, though, with that talkback, gotta say, off rip, my man, it kind of sounds like you're already walking that talk. Just from your cadence and voice, you seemed like you weren't lying, and you said that you were kind of over it, but what else do you have?
Yeah.
This seems like one of those things where you will recognize, if you haven't already, that this is getting better. And compare what your feelings about that event was when it first happened to now.
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
there's got to be improvement. I promise you weren't calling a radio station and explaining that story the day after it happened.
At least not without breaking down.
Yeah,
that's a good
at least,
point.
exactly. That's what I mean. Like, you can tell this guy's actually been putting in the work. I would say more time, and my advice, because you're not wrong if you go, I can't see her again, I can't see you again.
Oh, yeah.
You have every right to feel that way. I'm not going to tell you should or shouldn't when it comes to your ex-wife and your ex-best friend. But you have every right to feel that way. I think he said he had a kid as well. Put all of that love, all of that attention to the kid. Everything else doesn't need your attention anymore. They made their decisions. You can respect yourself enough to know, I don't need to give you my attention because you didn't give me yours.
Hey, listen, if that doesn't work, then just call me on the fly, and I'll call my ride or dies. We'll take care of it.
Yeah. And her ride or dies are like straight up like witches. Like, it's going to be like a blood sacrifice of like a farm animal.
No.
Oh, yeah. I know how you roll. It's like fake animals. It's like soy protein animals.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Vegan animals. Vegan Animals is the name of my book.
All right, here's another one for Ross.
Yeah, Ross, I really need your help. My sock says it wants to have nothing to do with me anymore.
Okay.
We heard that one.
We heard that one.
Let's try this one.
Jack, you arrogant, overblown, overmanaged son of a bitch. Eric, if you don't call back on a talkback today, I'm going to hunt you down, son, in a loving way.
Well, played that one by mistake, too. How about this one?
What the hell?
Ross, I met a girl at the bar last night for Valentine's Day.
Hell yeah.
And I woke up late this morning with a bad headache. My butt was sore, and there was $200 on the dresser.
Ooh.
Is this something I'd want to repeat to my friends?
I'd say you might want to leave out some of those details.
Yeah, exactly. But don't worry about it. We won't share them with anyone.
Well, I think you got to recognize that your drunk self enjoyed it. I think you got to listen to your drunk self. They say it's literally called liquid courage.
And you're up
it lowers
200.
your inhibitions.
Yeah. You start going like, yeah, I will do that.
And you're up $200, so had a good time, and you made some money.
And you got paid.
That's a positive spin on it. Sorry, Love Guru. Would you agree?
Enjoy. No, I'm 1,000%. I mean, enjoy the limp for the weekend. Cigarettes will never taste better after one of those.
You're going to want to get a donut seat?
Yeah.
Relieve the pressure?
There's a lot of things right there. Right. Where did he say it happened at? Did he say where?
He did not.
All right, well, for comedic effect, that happened at an Applebee's. Okay. I just think that's a funny place for that sort of thing to happen.
Here's another one, and now they're just coming in fast and furious, so we're flying blind on these. So let's cross our fingers and hope for the best.
Oh, man.
More questions for the Love Guru.
Oh, all right.
Hey, Ross, just call me Robert De Niro. My question is, I have a 9-month-old baby, and I'm 62 years old. How do I get back in the dating scene telling somebody I have a 9-month-old at 62? and go.
Oh, man. Dude, this
They're
is
getting more and more difficult as the.
Well,
I'm looking. I can't wait to see where you're going to be by 7:00 tonight.
So a 62-year-old with a 9-month-old baby.
So the questions are getting better because at least I think they're starting to trust me. Some of this advice hasn't been that bad. And for this guy's advice, I gotta say, I mean, it's a harsh truth. You sent that message knowing that that's the package right now. And you understand, you are empathizing with everybody understanding that situation of being 62 with 9 months old. So props to you. First and foremost, you're a self-aware individual.
Right.
You know
right.
what you're showing up to with that date. And that is worthy of communicating. You should let whatever relationship in the future know that there's a 9-month-old.
At what point? Is that night one?
To be honest with you, if you want to, I mean,
is it before that next relationship is consummated?
No,
it's not get him.
I would say
I got these legit questions.
It really depends on
in
what
case it
he
happens
wants.
to me.
I would say it really depends on what he wants. If he's looking for a one-night stand,
why bring it up?
There's no reason to bring that up. As long as the other person is also understanding that this is a one-night stand, let it ride. Put it on black. Let's tickle some ivories.
And thanks a bunch of you texted in because the guy also might want to consider a vasectomy.
Yeah, there's also that as well. Unfortunately, it sounds like it's 18 months too late. I had to do the math there.
But I mean, can also be a little bit of a calling card, though, couldn't it?
Well, and then that's another thing that I would say is that,
oh, you're still that virile at 62. You go, boy.
I'm sure, but I mean, you're also looking at a partner who's stepping up to going like 9 months. So it's like brand new. It's brand new.
Right.
So like 17 plus
years,
some change years. So like that's what you're also asking that person when you're at that date at Applebee's. I don't know why it's always Applebee's, but it's Applebee's for right now. But you don't have to tell them if it is one of those party, crazy, sexual, fun nights. But if it is someone that you really respect, you should be saying that, I think, date one, date
I
two.
agree. I think it's got to be on the table ASAP.
And if it's that big of a turnoff, got to come to grips with the reality that that ain't the right person.
Jack, are you disagreeing with
I'm
the
just
love
saying,
guru?
No. I'm saying like immediate first date.
First date,
I got a 9-month-old kid,
brother. That's part of who and what you are. You're a dad.
Okay, Mr. Open Book.
You know, like if it's someone that you really see like a legit relationship with, that person deserves honesty.
Couldn't it be after the first time?
Oh, spoken like a real man.
I mean, yes, but it's not
Jack,
ideal for that person.
Just make sure he tells him about the baby after he says, "I love you."
Yeah. Like it's like I'm looking out for that hypothetical futuristic person. But going back, that's a self-aware individual. That was a confident person who left that talk back. And if you're upfront and you understand that how big that situation is, and I know you do, you left that talk back. I'm 62 with a 9-month-old. What do I do? Be honest. That's the only way. And if they don't like that situation, that person is just not for you. If they're not willing to sign up for that, or that is such a turnoff, or like...
Yeah, it's better to know sooner rather than later so you don't waste your time, your effort, you know?
It would suck to spend a year of your life having a kid as a secret.
Oh, yeah.
Amen, brother.
Well, what are you, Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, here we go. Amen.
Yeah, take that, Arnold.
People are enjoying the Love Guru. We actually have one more segment before we get to Colbert Court today.
Yeah, we do. And we also want to let you know that your keyword for the 4 o'clock hour is bills. Take that over to realradio.fm for your chance to win $1,000. And speaking of money, you know, mortgage applications are soaring in the beginning of 2024, and you don't want to be left out. That mortgage guy, Don, has been helping people with their mortgage needs for over 20 years, including myself. Literally, the man is a miracle maker, and I kid you not. That mortgage guy, Don, will really work tirelessly to help you with your purchase or your refinance. That mortgage guy, Don, is also a mortgage expert with 23 years experience, and he's also a U.S. Army veteran. The first step, you know, is to start your application, and you can get that done right at thatmortgageguyDon.com. And working with That Mortgage Guy Don is peace of mind right there at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more, so keep it on the Real Radio 104.1.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at heavy traffic this afternoon on I-4 in the Orlando area as you travel east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits and through downtown. Looking at a crash northbound on 436 this afternoon that is currently blocking the right lane at Curry Ford Road. No major slowdowns to report for those on the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you run into traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You know, inflation is running high, and nobody knows when it's going to level out. That's why you need to buy your windows and doors right now at FAS Windows and Doors and lock in your price. They have the largest window and door showroom in all of Central Florida. 38 unique windows ready for you to operate. Pick out your favorites. They're all built with impact-resistant glass that gives you security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency. They have a full selection of hurricane windows and doors. All the estimates are always free, and they always give you tons of options, which I love. Not to mention all these products, every one has a lifetime warranty. And if you act right now, you can receive rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door. Plus, they have no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months financing. The showroom is super easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4, slide in, pick out the windows you love, have them installed by their total pros, and enjoy. It's FASWD.com.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, FLJobsNow.com for more info.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Bike Week is right around the corner. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week March 1st through the 10th. Enjoy food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership right off I-4 across from the mall at Millennia.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 12th through 17th in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Invite your friends and family to enjoy the ultimate fan experience, complete with views of the famous Island Green, front row access to the PGA Tour's best players, and a one-of-a-kind atmosphere. Don't miss out on a bucket list trip to TPC Sawgrass. Secure your spot at the iconic stadium course today. Tickets are on sale now at theplayers.com.
Well, hello there. Join me at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to celebrate a new era in gaming with live craps, roulette, and sports betting now available to go along with the biggest selection of slots in South Florida. Plus, all your other favorite table games. Complement your night with my award-winning fine dining and casual fare options, lively bars and lounges, or catch your favorite A-list entertainer at Hard Rock Live. Discover your rhythm today. Go to hardrockholly.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America? Thousands of hard-to-find Rolex watches, Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, all in perfect condition.
We scour the world to find only the most pristine, super clean watches. We only carry the creme de la creme.
And like everything else at IDC, these watches are at a price that's guaranteed to give you maximum value.
We price them to win the customer, not lose a customer.
International Diamond Center for pre-owned Rolexes, exquisite rare diamonds, premium designer jewelry, and exceptional white glove service.
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive. try.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and online at shopidc.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paul Anka.
And I'm Skip Bronson.
What happens when two old friends take their decades of experience in the business and sit down with our buddies?
You get Our Way, a brand new show from iHeart Podcast where we chop it up with our pals about everything under the sun.
Hear amazing guests like Jason Bateman, Michael Bublé, Mark Burnett, and many more as they sit down with Paul and Skip.
This is our podcast, and we're going to do it our way.
Listen to Our Way on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Are you offended? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
And welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. The Jim part of the show will be back tomorrow, just taking a personal day. You've got Deb, Jack, and renamed just for today, the Love Guru, Ross, dishing out your romance advice. You know, not everybody's Valentine's Day or romantic life may be going really good. You're looking for a friend to lean on. Well, Ross did that for someone last night, and he's willing to do that for you. Talkbacks are free. Just download the free iHeartRadio app, look for the little red microphone, and record your 30 seconds of woe, and Ross will do his best to answer your romantic problem.
And a quick note, when you record your talkback, you can listen back. I highly recommend it. We got one that I'd love to play, but the volume is just too low. You wouldn't be able to hear it. So just please make sure, I mean, I could read it. I get a transcript of it, but, just check the audio quality.
Always a good idea. Do we have some more talkbacks, Jack?
We do. I have one here. Let's get it started with this. So with Ross Like Sauce taking the role now of Love Guru, let's just fully run with the theme here and assign further characters from that failed Mike Myers film from way back when, early 2000s, I do believe. Who's going to be Jacques Lecoq? My bet's on Jack.
Hey, well, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
kind of. Yeah.
It's a name.
I'll never forget Bill and Ted, rest in peace. Not the
Whoa.
movie.
No,
they're fictional characters. They didn't die. All right, it's a licensed IP issue.
Are you talking about Rufus?
I'm talking about the theme park show over at Universal.
One of the best shows ever.
And I would always audition. I never got it. It's truly one of the things that I'm like, damn, I'll never be able to say that I did that show. But I'll never forget one of the jokes when during the Love Guru movie, and they spoofed it during the Bill and Ted show, they just said straight up that they should have made Austin Powers 4. And man, it was such a good joke that I was like, I don't even know how jokey that is.
That is the truth.
I haven't had the thought of how much they should have just made another Austin Powers movie, not this Love Guru thing.
That's what I wish we would have. We got another one, Jack?
We do.
Oh, this
All
one's
right.
for
Hey,
real.
Ross, I ended up getting separated from my wife early December because we were drifting apart and she left me. And I want to try to win her back. We have a child together, so it's kind of making things complicated in both our lives. And I'm doing everything that she wanted me to fix about myself, like get a second job and whatever. But yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to win her back. Help.
All right. So, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for opening up and leaving a very honest talk back for us to, interact with. I really appreciate you reaching out and taking the time to hit that red button. So, there's a lot, I would say. First of all, I'm sorry that this just happened at the start of, December.
A couple months ago.
So, it's unbelievably fresh. The first thing that I would recommend to do is, it's okay if you still have those feelings. And a lot of people take a lot of time to get over those feelings. I'm not going to immediately off rip tell you delete those feelings because honestly, I think that's
impossible.
It's impossible. You are going to have those feelings,
especially now that you guys have a child together.
But and I know that I think during that talk back there was the card being played of like I'm doing the things that she's asking me to do, but it's to the point where sure you're doing the things that she wants you to do, but we've got to get to the point that you genuinely, organically want to do those things. And it still sounds like I'm doing the things that she's asked me to do, but in reality, it's the old adage of like, I want you to take the initiative. Find a different tier of initiatives that she hasn't asked you to do, but you also know that those are steps in the right direction. Those, if you're trying to win somebody back, blow their standards of you out of the water. Because those are all the things that she asked you to do. But what about all the things that she didn't ask you to do? Those
that she still wants you to do?
Those are still opportunities that could make her go, maybe I got this wrong. With all of that said, though, she's her own human being. She has her own opinion. And she deserves all the self-respect that you also deserve. So there is no guarantees that it will work out. But I think the one chance that you have is to not just give her what she's asking for, but also change what you're asking of yourself and have those things be steps in the right direction of what she was originally expecting when it came to you and her as a marriage or a relationship. I don't know if they were married.
Yeah, they were.
So,
yeah.
Do we start taking like Venmos for this?
No, I honestly, I feel very confident even answering these because I love human beings. I've always been blown away that an individual listening to this right now had a completely different experience and outcome and relationship with life. They had a completely different set of parents that made a completely different set of, money with different sets of careers. All those things shape who and what we become. And how anybody just glosses over that, to me, is like, how can you not find that interesting on how they got to that point? I wish I could sit down and have a beer with that guy, and so I could also learn. We can all learn from each other, and it bugs me when I feel like people don't like people enough to not learn from each other's mistakes. That's a huge thing that I think a lot of people just gloss over. I'm like, oh, last week this happened to that guy, and you could have seen it and prevented it happening to you if you just...
humanity.
Yeah, as if you worked a little bit more together.
Jack, do we have another one?
Let's see. I believe we do. Oh, no, that's the one that's too low. Let's try this one. Brand new, just came in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I'm scared.
Yo, Bill and Ted did die. They went to hell.
Oh, yeah, they
did.
did.
And then they played Twister with the Grim Reaper and got back to Earth because they were replaced by robots. So fail, Ross. Love you. Bye.
I love you too, Big Dog, and I love this radio station. The fact that we had that much heaviness, and then the next response was like, by the way, Bill and Ted did die?
Right, exactly.
Their entire second movie, they went to hell. They kicked it with the Grim Reaper.
Okay, let me see. If this is too low, I can read it for you, but here.
Ivanhoe Dave here. My question is really not love-related. Last night I spent Valentine's Day single. I've been single for a little bit. But I go to my mail when I got home from work, and in there was an envelope from a cremation company offering their services. I mean, what the crap? I'm only 55 years old. Please help, Ross.
Cremation service.
55, he gets home, single, bummed out, and in his mail, a card from a cremation company.
That sounds like a cruel joke from the Grim Reaper.
I mean, sometimes life gives you opportunities to laugh. And sometimes you got to find the humor. You got to have a little bit of a crazy person laugh there.
Right.
Yeah, everyone's had a crazy person laugh when, like, the fifth thing.
Oh, and that one day.
That fifth thing that went wrong in a span of, like, 2 hours. You just have to laugh like a crazy person.
I think that's a really good point. Sometimes it's just overwhelmingly.
Oh, yeah.
when Walter White had that crazy person laugh and then the camera went through the floorboard, that's the crazy laugh I'm talking about.
The last one of the segment, and then we have Colbert Court on the other side.
That's
oh,
right.
Great love guru.
Yes.
The people need to know. Are there any alternatives to multiple points of stimulation to achieve female climax?
Dude, this is where I think the line is drawn, my man. This is where I think the love guru has to just point out that one of the reasons why I married the person that I married was because it's easy.
It worked.
And I was like, oh, God, I've never had this effect on anybody. So I'm literally like not the greatest person to ask when it comes to like stimulation stuff, but.
Or that maybe it's about finding that right match for you and you found the right match.
And that's honestly what it was for me. I was like, this is the best. This is everything I've ever wanted to. But multiple things, if you're really struggling in that sense, communication, man, find out what at least for me, I'll open up and a little TMI, but I get a little uncomfortable whenever I am piss sober talking sexual stuff.
Really?
If I'm not in the mood or with a couple of beers in me, I kind of clam up about that because I'm a real Jekyll and Hyde in that situation. You know, I'm a mime until I'm not.
Did you say Jackal?
I think he did.
And Hyde?
Is it not Jekyll and Hyde?
It is not.
What is it?
Jekyll.
Jekyll, sorry.
As in Dr. Jekyll?
Yeah, Jekyll and Hyde. My bad. Yeah,
Don't invoke my name.
I'm a real Jekyll and Hyde in that sense. But communicate. Find out what she likes. And after a couple beers, try that one thing. If it goes well, repeat. Yeah. If it didn't, learn from your mistakes. Move on.
You know, just reach back there. Hey, we got to go.
Okay, there you go, Jack. The love guru. Let's be serious with Colbert Court.
That's right. That's coming up next, and that's still you still have plenty of time, though, to enter the keyword bills. That's your 4 o'clock word, BILLS, at realradio.fm for your chance to win $1,000. And as the guys just said, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with attorney Glenn Klausman and Colbert Court. So keep it right here on The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Did you know in certain countries, for one in the Netherlands, if you are disabled, they give you a budget to hire prostitutes to have sex with you if you're a disabled person.
Do you have to be a citizen?
You're asking for a friend?
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Thursday, Central Florida. I am Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a look at your forecast for the rest of the day. We're expecting temperatures today to climb into the mid-70s with a high of 76 degrees for Orlando. The clouds will stick around through the majority of the day. However, a few peaks of sunshine will be possible. For tomorrow, even warmer temperatures with a high of 78 degrees before the wet weather arrives for this weekend. Highs only in the 50s and 60s with a soaking rain possible through Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee.
Save up to 70% at Mattress Warehouse today and sleep better tonight, knowing you got the best possible price. So where would you look to find the perfect mattress? In a little mattress store or Mattress Warehouse? Visit mattresswarehouse.com.
Get ready for our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest. March 11th, we'll honor the very best in podcasting from the past year, and you'll help decide who wins Podcast of the Year. Vote now at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Are you looking for some non-dairy deliciousness? Discover the rich, creamy taste of Planet Oat Milk. Planet Oat Milk is an excellent source of calcium with only 4 grams of sugar or less. Enjoy it in cereal, coffee, smoothies, or by the glass. Pick it up in your local grocery store today.
Triple your tax refund money this month only at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. We'll triple your refund up to $10,000 when you buy a new Nissan and stretch your money further with tax time savings on new, certified, pre-owned, and used vehicles. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando now. See dealer for details.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
No
one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree man-sized drafts.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest Pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Temron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Come join the city of Mount Dora as we celebrate Scottish culture at the Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, taking place the weekend of February 16th through the 18th in downtown Mount Dora. Enjoy live music, Highland athletics, bagpipes, plus a special guest appearance by actor and comedian Jamie Kennedy, and much more. Tickets available at mountdorascot.com. The Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, February 16th through the 18th. Sponsored by Guinness, Visit Lake, and the city of Mount Dora.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older, or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like the Beatles Now and Then. Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Very local. Powered by Wesh 2.
Local news.
Breaking news this morning.
Original series and specials.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is why YouTube was created at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
I would like some love advice, but knowing that you keep a sock in the drawer and that whole story kind of frightens me. So I'm going to pass.
Well, maybe you're going to pass, sir, but plenty of others have taken up the offer for the love guru, a.k.a. Ross Padgett. to bestow upon you some of his romance advice. We're going to pick that up in a little while. Take a little break right now because we have to welcome our guests that we have every Thursday. First, want to let you know, Bills. BILLS. That is your 4 o'clock keyword. Take that over to realradio.fm for your chance to win $1,000. Today and tomorrow are it. We really want to add your name to the list of winners. So again, Bills is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Jim will be back with us tomorrow. Just took a personal day. You've got Deb, Jack, and Ross. And every Thursday, we do a little thing called Colbert Court.
What you are listening to is real. Well, sort of. The participants are not actors. That's a fact. This is, however, a real case that will be decided here in our forum, the Colbert Court.
And of course, Colbert Court is brought to you by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. So if you or anyone you know have been in any kind of an accident, car, motorcycle, slip and fall, they need to call Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. Also, check him out online at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Glenn, how are you?
Doing great. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. How was your Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day was interesting. We went to Francesco's last night, a place we like to go. And interestingly enough, I saw Steve Spurrier there.
Nice.
The old ball coach.
Whoa.
The old ball coach.
You also walked by my credit card because I left it there last week and I haven't gotten it back.
Should have told me.
Yeah,
he would have picked that up for you.
I did that. I'm 5 minutes from there at my office.
I took my mom there because she loves Italian food and, carbs. Who doesn't? And definitely left my credit card there. But what'd you get? What's your go-to dish there? You seem like a fish dish guy.
No. I'm not fond of fish. I had chicken cacciatore. It's always good there.
Okay.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. And then did you have any questions for the love guru before we get into your business, your law acumen?
I think I'll pass on that.
Yeah?
I think I'll pass.
He's good.
He's very good.
He's good, but...
no, I'm saying Glenn is good.
All right.
You're good.
Oh, speaking of which, Jack,
boy.
I listened to... I caught a clip where you said you had your shoes at a shoemaker or cobbler for 7 weeks before you get your shoes back.
Well, we don't know if he has them back yet.
So I dropped them off first week of November. I went yesterday, and he said, by a couple hours. I need a couple more hours. He's told me that 12 times already.
Do you still have your shoes?
He does.
Yeah, my guy in Jamestown, I go in there, I can get them shined and walk out, and these...
Oh, that's funny because he's right down the block from there. And the day I dropped him off, I saw the place in Jamestown, and I'm like, oh, there's another option for me.
Yep.
Who knew?
Yeah. Yeah, just tell him you're a friend of mine, and you get in and out pretty quick there.
Yeah, all right.
See what it takes to know Glenn Klausman,
well,
right?
I already paid for that. So.
Well,
but he also brought us food today, Glenn.
Yes, he did. And I have never seen you, Jack, in the 5 years we've been working together. You'll get semi-excited about free food.
Easy.
Semi-excited really spoons feed that in.
Don't say that either.
Yeah, I heard Ross loved donuts, so I brought some donuts.
Ross is a huge donut fiend.
Well, those donuts are huge.
And they are huge, but one of them is a Boston cream, and that's my favorite donut.
And I've never
Despite
seen
my
you...
hatred for Boston. It's so weird.
What a paradox.
I know,
so
seriously. Mind bend.
Yeah, so I cut one in half and I ate probably 1,000 calories.
And it was awesome.
It was enjoyable. Now I have nothing but regret.
Oh, come on.
Another bike ride, that's all.
Yeah.
See?
Or two.
There you go. There you go. But
thank you,
Ross,
Glenn.
Yes,
Sure.
Thank you, Glenn. Very, very generous of you. And one you said is a cronut as well.
That's true, a cronut, which is pretty interesting. First time I had one of those was several years ago in Manhattan, and it's
fire,
like a crescent, like a croissant with a donut mixed together.
Yeah, and that was like a crazy infatuation when that was hitting in New York, and people lined up down the block, and you couldn't get them. It's kind of like a soup Nazi thing on Seinfeld.
Yeah. Dominic.
The demand
Ansel.
was great.
Dominic Ansel was the name of the place.
Yeah.
In Soho, yeah.
I love the fact that Jim's not here to enjoy all of this stuff.
I know.
Thanks, Glenn.
You were going to take photos of it, though, to send to him.
He says he's not a sweets guy, though.
Yeah,
he says a lot of things.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wouldn't believe that.
All right.
Yeah,
he's a big salt
that.
guy. He's a big sweet guy. He's just a big food guy. He's a big
Don't
you
say
know.
big,
No,
because that will be the one part he'll remember.
So he's always known for food. He's like, a bear out of hibernation. My man's going to eat.
Well, listen, if you are just joining us and this is your first time listening to Colbert Court, normally what we would do every week is Attorney Glenn Klausman would send a case that he's most likely working on personally over to Jim. Jim would read the case to the three of us, and then we would discuss how we thought the case would be decided. And then Glenn would tell all of us how horribly wrong that we are, and it's good we're not attorneys, and to keep our day jobs.
No, you actually have been doing very well, and we've, I think, really educated a lot of people about things like uninsured motorist coverage and how important it is to have it.
Oh, Glenn, that's very sweet of you, but that we cannot apply here. You have taught folks, and we hear it on the texting service all the time at 77031. But I know today what you wanted to do was, instead of doing a case like we normally do, you wanted to instead discuss the most frequently asked questions you get from a new client, which is how does the process work after an accident and what is no-fault insurance. What's interesting is I can't tell you, but it's happened several times. Well, we'll be talking with you on the air or just doing the show, and someone will text and say, I've just been in an accident. What is Glenn's phone number?
Oh, great.
So let's go over some of those frequently asked questions and see if you can, give him even more advice.
I mean, first thing is you can look at my website. It talks about things to do after an accident, but we're going to get beyond that. But the website is Klausmanlaw, KLAUSMANLAW.com. And it's got things to do after an accident, like take pictures and stuff like that. But what I'm talking about is when someone first comes into my office, they've been in an accident, and they want to know what the process is.
Right.
Well, what do I do? How's this thing work? I mean, I've got a lawyer now. What are you going to do? How's the whole situation work? And one of the first things that I have to explain is we have no-fault law in Florida, and nobody knows what that means unless you're a lawyer that's been doing this for a long time.
I was going to say, so what does no fault mean? But never mind, you just answered that.
Yeah, it's a bad name for what it is. What happened was over 50 years ago, the insurance industry kind of got together, and they thought that they were paying too much money on claims that they thought were smaller claims.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
But that was 50 years ago. I thought that just happened.
Yeah, over 50 years ago, and it's been the same thing ever since. But what's happened is they changed the law back then to make it what they call a no-fault situation, where if you're in an accident and you are injured, your own insurance that you're paying for will pay up to $10,000 towards your medical bills and income loss. Your own insurance company. It doesn't matter if the other person's at fault or not. It doesn't make sense, but that's what they did. Now, why would they do that? Well, there's always a quid pro quo with the insurance industry when they're giving something, or they're getting a lot more in return. So in return, the law said that you must have a permanent injury of some degree for you to be able to recover any money for the pain, suffering, mental anguish, loss of enjoyment of life, and those sort of things that are the result of your injuries. So the no-fault law requires that they pay the first $10,000 towards medical bills and your income loss, but you are not entitled to any money for pain, suffering, mental anguish, loss of enjoyment of life, unless you have some sort of permanent injury that's documented by a physician. So that's what the law change was, and they also included in the law the fact that since they're paying $10,000 or up to that amount, that they can have you examined by a doctor of their choice at any time. And so that's another thing that was given to them. And then more recently, the legislature changed it to you only get $2,500 instead of $10,000 unless you have another physician saying that you've got an emergency medical condition, which means if you don't get treated, you're going to get much worse. Essentially, that's what it means. So, I mean, that's what no fault is. And folks really don't understand why we have it. It doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. That's the situation we're dealing with. So that's what no fault is. Then the next thing is, well, okay, so that's the system. So I feel like I've got damage. What are we going to have to do to prove my case? And what the person has to do is they're going to have to get medical treatment. And let me back up a minute. The no-fault law does not apply to people injured on motorcycles. It doesn't apply to them.
How come?
Because they don't have to have no-fault insurance. They're not required to buy it. So because they're not required to buy it, that law doesn't apply to them. They don't have to prove they have a permanent injury to get money for their case, but most motorcycle accidents, they're going to have permanent injuries. So it doesn't.
Especially in a state where you also have a no helmet law.
Right. It's just a helmet or no helmet. A motorcycle accident, people, they're going to have some permanent scarring probably. And,
Right.
It's hard to have a motorcycle accident and not have permanent damage.
Well, real quick, Len, I wanted to bring up because you said that, the next process is medical treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So would you suggest that, or when is that perfect window for folks to get that medical treatment? Because it turns out that is incredibly important when it comes to the deadline of if your insurance is going to pay for it or if it's not. There's a very finite window.
Right. If you don't get your medical treatment within 14 days of the accident, you're not going to get covered at all.
So don't wait for an attorney.
Right.
At least go to, what is it? What medical professional do you go to? Do you go to an accident clinic? Do you go to your family physician? Do you go to the emergency room? Because now with the legislature's changes, I know for myself, you feel like almost on edge that you want to make sure any move you make isn't going to be the wrong move that's going to then forfeit your insurance's ability to cover your injuries and loss of income and everything else.
Yeah, that's correct. So it depends on the extent of your injuries, of course. If your injuries are bad enough, you go to an emergency room. If you feel like you don't need to go to an emergency room, but you feel like you've got some significant injuries, you go to an urgent care place. And if you don't want to go to an urgent care place, you can try your primary physician if you have one. A lot of them don't want to take car accident cases, and they'll refer you out to one of these car accident clinics. And, sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not so good. But, yeah, you need to get your medical treatment right away. And it depends on what your symptoms are as to what kind of doctor you really need. And, it's something lawyers can give you advice on because those in the community know the doctors in the community that will see accident patients and will treat claimants favorably. It's get advice from a lawyer. They'll give you some suggestions. You can look up the doctors on a website, pick one that you want to go see. Normally people want to see somebody close to where they live or work. So lawyers can give you suggestions and you follow through on those suggestions and start getting treatment. And when you start getting treatment, it's so very, very important to make sure you tell the physician of all your symptoms, every symptom you're having, because they need to know that to be able to treat you. And also, they need to document that in the records, because the medical records in your case are going to be what the other side looks at when they evaluate your case to determine what your case is worth. If you've got problems that you're not telling doctors about and are not in the medical records, the other side is going to say, well, it's not in the records, it doesn't exist. And they feel like if they ever go to trial, they blow up the medical records, and that's what's there. If you didn't tell the doctor about it, they didn't put it in the medical records, it becomes a problem.
So, in the essence, kind of go overboard, right? Right after the accident, you notice that it's really your back that's hurting you. But before those 14 days are up, you've already sought medical treatment for that back issue. But then you notice that your knee is starting to hurt too. You don't know if you can attribute it to the accident because you can't remember whether you hit it or not. But to be on the safe side, you're going to tell your doctor, listen, I'm also starting to experience pain in my knee.
Right. Get evaluated.
Don't assume that it wasn't part of the accident.
Get evaluated. And another important thing is you're telling the doctor about what is hurting and what your complaints are, and the doctor is noting them in the records. But the other part that is so important is if the doctor feels it's warranted for you to get MRI scans, because MRI scans, it's not X-rays, it's not radiation. You either sitting in a chair and you've got a magnet that's taking pictures of the body, or you're laying down flat, depending on which one you go to. And it gives us a picture of what's going on inside the body. X-rays will show your bones, but the X-rays don't show the discs that are between the bones. And a lot of times it's the discs that get injured and press on the nerves that are coming out of the spinal cord, and that's where you're having the problem. So you have to see what's going on with the discs, and the only way to see that really is through an MRI scan.
And is there ever a time in your work with this where an insurance company will say, no, I don't want our client going to this doctor. We want them to go to this place instead. Is that medical choice taken out of clients' hands once insurance gets involved, where they'll tell you which doctor to go to?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the work comp system, but that's not the car accident system.
Okay.
If you're going through work comp, you've got a problem selecting doctors. And, there's a way you can get a doctor you choose, or you can reject the doctor that they're using because one reason or another. But the car accident system, you can pick whatever doctor you want. They can't control who you see. However, They can send you to a doctor they choose. And if that doctor says you don't need any more treatment from the doctor that you're seeing, they can choose not to pay anymore. And that's when a lawyer gets involved and tries to help get the bills paid that the insurance company doesn't want to pay.
We actually have a caller, and they actually have one of the questions that seems to be coming up just about as often as the one about uninsured motorist coverage. If you want to take it.
Yeah.
Let's roll the dice.
Let's do that.
All right. So this question for you, Glenn, is all about stacking. You're on air. Ask your question.
No name.
And that's pretty much it, Glenn. Glenn, first of all, thanks for taking my call. And I know you've covered stacking versus non-stacking and I just got my insurance stuff. I have an F-150 and a Honda Civic, and I have the non-insured motorist, but I noticed that I'm not stacking. So I'm not quite sure. I don't remember what it was that you said that I'm thinking that we should be stacking.
Sure. And what limit do you have on your uninsured motorist coverage? Do you know?
Ooh, that's a good one there.
10, 20, 25, 50, 100, 300.
I think I'm just one up from below the low end. So whatever the next one is up from there.
It could be 25, 50. So let's play with that. Let's play with those numbers. So what happens is if you have stacking coverage and there's an accident, instead of just getting $25,000 of uninsured motorist coverage, you'd be able to multiply that by 2 because you're paying stacking coverage for 2 vehicles, and now you have $50,000 in uninsured motorist coverage. That's the difference. And the cost to get stacking versus non-stacking is not that much, and it doubles the amount you can recover if there's an injury caused by someone who doesn't have enough insurance. And it also covers any residents of your household that get injured. If you're in somebody else's car and you get injured, it's great coverage to have, and it's good that you have it. And what happens is when you apply for the insurance, you either do it through an agent or online, and there's a form you have to check. And one of the forms says, I don't want stacking coverage. So if you check that box, you don't have stacking coverage. So now you can call up and say, look, I want to change that, and I would follow up on an email and say, I want stacking coverage. And you'll pay a little more premium, and you'll have stacking coverage.
Yeah, I've been with this company for 20, maybe 25 years. It's the Good Neighbor company. But, you think that they would, talk to me and bring that to my attention because, it just makes common sense to have the stacking.
Right, and the Good Neighbor folks go through agents, and the agents make money by working with customers like you, and you need to talk to your agent and say, hey, I want to make sure I have stacking coverage. If you look, there's something you get with your insurance policy. It's called a declarations page, and that declares what kind of coverages you're paying for and what premiums you're paying for each coverage. If you look on your declarations page, it'll tell you if you have stacking or non-stacking.
All right, thanks for the call.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you, Glenn. I bet you probably get more questions about, do I have enough insurance, as much as anything else?
Yeah, well, it's, unfortunately, by the time people come to me, we're stuck with what they have, and a lot of times they'll increase it and get more for the next time. But it's a problem because no one expects they're going to be in an accident. But the unfortunate reality is here in Central Florida, there's a lot of accidents, and a lot of them are caused by people that don't have enough insurance because those are the people that cause the most accidents, and it costs a lot of money for them to get insurance because they've been in prior accidents, so they just don't have it because they're not required to have insurance to pay for your injuries when they hurt you.
Well, that's why if you've been in an accident, or better yet, even before you've been in an accident, definitely give Glenn Klausman a call, 407-917-1718, or check out that really handy website again at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Glenn, as always, thank you so much for spending some time and for those huge donuts and putting a smile on Jack Bradshaw's face.
Yeah, and Ross, too, the donut
and
man.
Ross, too, exactly, the donut man. Papa Padge, the love guru.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to dominate one of those donuts.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to have a fresh keyword for you. So keep it right here on The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com. Afternoon slowdowns continue on I-4 in the Orlando area today, both east and westbound on the interstate between the Beach Line and 535 and between 192 and the 429. Looking at accident activity northbound on Kirkman Road, blocking the right lane at Major Boulevard. If you happen to see any other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
$5 finger-licking deals are back at your local KFC. Choose from 3 delicious options: a 2-piece meal with a drum, thigh and buttery biscuit side, an 8-piece chicken nuggets, or 2 chicken little sandwiches. Only available at select participating locations, not online. Tax extra, it's finger-licking good.
There are 14 different fees that can show up on a loan estimate that go directly to your lender. Now, do you know how to identify those fees in your quote? Don't worry if you don't, because that mortgage guy, Don, does. And with his expertise and personalized approach, he's going to guide you through every step, ensuring you get the best mortgage for your needs. So do what I did. Take the fear out of home buying and trust that mortgage guy, Don, to help you achieve your dream of home ownership. Plain and simple, no spam, no hassle, just peace of mind at thatmortgagguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Well, hello there. Join me at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to celebrate a new era in gaming with live craps, roulette, and sports betting now available to go along with the biggest selection of slots in South Florida. Plus, all your other favorite table games. Complement your night with my award-winning fine dining and casual fare options, lively bars and lounges, or catch your favorite A-list entertainer at Hard Rock Live. Discover your rhythm today. Go to hardrockholly.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. aspireallergy.com, and tackle your allergies head on.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Hey, are you planning to get an updated COVID-19 vaccine?
Yep. I don't want to get seriously sick and miss out on spending time with friends and family.
Does it cost a lot? I don't have insurance.
If you don't have health insurance, or if your insurance doesn't cover an updated COVID-19 vaccine, you can get one for free with the Bridge Access program. Just look for places that participate in Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
Sounds good. Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
A message from CDC.
With all the new people moving here recently, we thought it'd be a good idea to explain International Diamond Center. If you've lived here a while, you already know this, so bear with us. International Diamond Center, also known as IDC, is not an ordinary jewelry store. It was started decades ago by a major East Coast diamond supplier, Keith LeClaire. Keith had international connections with diamond cutters and would sell diamonds to upscale jewelry stores. Then he decided to start selling direct to the public at prices that undercut traditional jewelers in a big way. This no middleman approach caught on big, and now IDC is one of the largest and most successful jewelers in America, still providing exceptional quality and astonishing value. So if you've just moved here from New York or California or wherever, know that IDC is the area's go-to place for diamonds, fine designer jewelry, and Swiss timepieces. Just be prepared to be a little shocked when you see how great our values are, especially compared to where you came from. International Diamond Center. Just another great reason you made the move south. Get details, directions, store hours, and more at shopidc.com.
Bike Week is right around the corner. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week March 1st through the 10th. Enjoy food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership right off I-4 across from the mall at Millennia.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 12th through 17th in Ponte Vedra Beach. Invite your friends and family to enjoy the ultimate fan experience with front row access to the PGA Tour's best players at the iconic Stadium Course. Tickets are on sale now at theplayers.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, pay. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Thank you so much for spending part of your Thursday with us. We really do appreciate your time. We know you have a lot of choices, so we're happy when you choose us. So happy, in fact, we'd like to give you some money. Pay, P-A-Y. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. You need to take that to realradio.fm. That's where you enter the keyword for your chance to win. Make sure that if it says it's not accepting it, refresh the page. That usually fixes the problem. And then keep your phone by you for the next hour. Keep that volume up and answer if it's a phone number you don't recognize. That could be that $1,000. The Jim part of the Jim Colbert Show will be back tomorrow. He's taking a personal day, but you've got Deb, Jack, and Ross. And Ross today has been doing an incredible job of being the love guru. He's been offering up his sage advice for those suffering from romance problems. And someone texted us at 77031. I wanted you to hear this, Ross.
All right.
Hey, Ross, thank you so damn much for that response. I'm the dude who just got separated in early December. My mind is all over the place, and sometimes we need a fresh perspective, and yours really helped me today. Thank you so much. If we ever can share a beer, it's on me.
Oh, man. It's going to be a hazy IPA. That's a good emotional relationship talk beer.
Another...
Well, I'm just glad he's back because you were on the phone. I wasn't sure, make sure everything was okay.
Yeah. Is it okay if we talk about it?
It's fine with me if you're okay.
I'm fine with it.
Because you're alerting them to what the issue was.
Don't leave me hanging, dude.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I kind of pointed this out in the last segment to Ross. I'm like, hey, dude.
Hey, bruh, you kind of dropped the ball. What happened on that last segment? And I called them up. I said, hey, Glenn, you were at that restaurant. You also walked right past my credit card because I left it there last week.
Right.
So since we mentioned the restaurant, we also just mentioned to the world that a credit card with his name on it is sitting there, and anyone could walk in and say, "Yeah, I left my credit card in a rest packet."
Yeah. So the only reason why I feel comfortable talking about it is because I was very adamant on that phone call on the last break of like ID me
Right.
when I come to go get the credit card. Do not give the credit card to anybody who says they're Ross Padgett without an ID. So they were like, they thought I was working for like MI6 or something.
Right.
You know, they think I'm an assassin. And I didn't have enough time to give them the context of like, no, it's a radio station. I just said that it's there. And I know our listeners, they're going to find it really funny and they're going to show up and try.
Because you mentioned something yesterday that blew up, and that I actually, I'm not saying anything again. I just remember thinking, man, I bet you that person is wondering, why are all these social media inquiries?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I think the whole reason why I'm here is that I always forget that there's a damn microphone right here and that it is being amplified to its biggest legal FCC amount.
Well, but that's turned out to be a good thing, because somebody else texted us at 77031 and said, Ross, you are so damn good at advice.
I love people.
So dang good at advice. You're so wise for real.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That's not for me to say. But I do enjoy communicating, and I think that's kind of all we've got when it comes to who and what we are as a Homo sapien, as a human being.
Scared me there for a second.
I know. And in Florida, too, underneath Ron D's eyes. Ronnie D.
You don't want to let that happen.
It's funny, in counseling, you can, discuss your problems, and might be for that caller who split up with his wife, that might be, a viable path for he and his estranged wife there. But it's all relationships come down to communication.
Everything. At work relationships,
everything.
Friendships.
Yeah.
Every single one. You can
Any interpersonal, relationship comes down to communication.
And I would even say, on a serious note, that, the therapy, even for that gentleman on his own, just to be able to navigate what he's thinking and feeling. I mean, I've always said it and said it again.
You mean cremation, Dave?
Therapy saved my life. But no, a lot of people texted us to say that they too were victims of that cremation letter in the mail.
You're not a victim. I got it too.
Come on.
A big deal.
You don't like to get that any more than you like to get the AARP stuff.
I don't know. It's
That's
the
so
first time it's a
insulting.
shocker.
It is. It's so
It is.
insulting.
It's like, oh my God.
You don't think I'm that old, do you?
We had a text fly in that me and Jack grabbed our attention.
Oh, yeah? Which one was
saying,
that?
Ross, how do you get out of the friend zone? And then he also took a shot at me saying, you seem like somebody who's gotten friend zoned a lot.
Nicely done, sir.
But the love guru does not see the negative. I only see the
positive.
real question there. How do you get out of the friend zone? I have been friend zoned. I got to tell you, it's not a fun place to be. Now, I was like 20, and it was only for like a month and a half.
Right.
I know some people getting friend zoned. 5 years, 6 years.
But then that's not friend zoned. That's just, you're just a friend.
Yeah, but one person really has a thing for the other one.
Gotta let it go.
That's not a friend.
It's
Friends don't, one of them secretly want to sleep with them.
It's a friend zone when that person in the zone wants it to be more than the friend zone.
Exactly. And if you're not clear in that end zone, chances are you're not going to get him through the uprights.
And my advice for that is
You like that?
Get ready. This is the good news though about being in the friend zone, is that you don't know the outcome. This could be poor communication, not just on your end, but also on the other person's end.
Right.
They might also look at you and go, oh man, I'm in the friend zone. And you're looking at that person going, oh man, I'm in the friend zone, which by the way is the cutest place to be. It's the most rom-com 10 things I hate about you sweetness that two people can be at when they're just too nervous to pull the trigger on the first kiss, or they're just too nervous to hold that first hand.
Right.
That's a really exciting place to be. You might not be in that situation.
Now, do you do that, Love Guru? Would that be your advice, that the first thing you do is try and maybe hold their hand or go in for a kiss? Or is it back to Jack's point, where it's communication? Maybe you go have a drink and you sit down and you talk about how you feel about the other person and see if it's reciprocated.
How about this response, Deb? I think both of those things you just said are the same thing. Holding a hand is communicating. Showing affection is communicating. Having that conversation is communicating the same thing. I like you. I don't want to just be friends.
I'd rather have the hand holding, though, than the kiss. Kiss is a little...
Whoa.
Well,
That's
said
over
anything.
communication.
That's,
Thank you, Jack.
You communicate before that happens. But if you are in the friend zone, You absolutely have your Game 7 Super Bowl moment that hasn't happened, and you might win and you might lose. You owe it to yourself, to that friendship, to let loose and be honest. I can't lie anymore. I don't want to be friends with you. I've been friends with you because I think you and I have something incredibly special, and I am head over heels.
Yeah, I want to see you naked.
You have to have that moment.
Try it Jack's way.
You know, yeah, that's a choice. I wouldn't suggest that.
Well, you work up to it again.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
You got to know when to pull that trigger.
And I know people are texting us at 77031, but we have another talk back for the Love Guru.
We do, and then we have a big interview coming up with Jeff Stanford from Orlando Science Center.
Yeah.
So, Ross, listen up.
All right, Ross. So give this one a whirl. How do you tell your 9-year-old what a rager is? My little guy yesterday morning come down, was ready for school, was in front of the door, his hands on his hips, doing a little dance, a big smile on his face. I was like, what are you so happy about? And he looks down, and I look down, and he's like, I don't know where they come from. I don't know why I get them, but they're there all the time. So if you have a boy, Ross, get ready for that one.
Okay.
Oh.
So that was a roller coaster there. Was that first?
A rager is...
I was thinking house party.
Yeah, a giant party.
I'm thinking a giant party.
Yeah.
It was it's a party.
Well, it's a party in his pants.
Yeah. Friendly reminder. It's a child here that we're referring to.
Right,
All right,
exactly.
so let me just remind you guys where the line is, okay? Because I just had to censor everything too. All right? What do you do in that situation? I think you got to laugh. I mean, you did the same thing, right? I know I did. I couldn't believe that thing did that thing when I was 9 years old. I think you got to just soak it in, lean into it. Not join in. That's weird.
No.
Don't do that. But
yeah, don't lean into it, sir.
No, don't lean
Please
into
don't
it.
lean into that. Don't take him literally.
What I'm saying is, like, write it down in a journal and laugh about it 10 years from now.
Yeah.
That is going to be one of those memories that will forever, stand the test of time and always crack a smile of how crazy fatherhood is with a 9-year-old who just, as you said, keeps having ragers.
And we're going to end on that those are house parties.
Yeah, house parties. It was a house party.
Like Jack said, we have a special interview coming up. We're going to take a quick break here, but that gives you time to enter the keyword PAY, P-A-Y. Take that over to realradio.fm for your chance to win $1,000. And when we get back, we're going to talk to Jeff Stanford, the Vice President of Marketing for the Orlando Science Center, about their Spark STEM Fest coming up this weekend. So keep it right here on The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
This is Real Radio 104.1 on your phone with the iHeartRadio app and on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Afternoon slowdowns continue on I-4 in the Orlando area today, both east and westbound on the interstate between the Beach Line and 535 and between 192 and the 429. Looking at accident activity northbound on Kirkman Road, blocking the right lane at Major Boulevard. If you happen to see any other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day presented by wearenotthebanks.com. That is where you go on the web to get your mortgage process started, whether it's a new mortgage or you're refinancing the home where you live. Brad Siebert at We Are Not the Banks can help. Like he helped me several years ago. Went on the website, wearenotthebanks.com, did a refi. Fast, easy, got a great rate. But more importantly than that, Brad let me know everything I needed every step of the way, explain the process, which can be complicated for people who don't do this for a living. And face it, for many of us, our homes is going to be the biggest purchase we make in our lifetime. So you want to make sure you get it right. So you go to someone you can trust, and that's Brad at wearenotthebanks.com for all your mortgage needs. Again, that website, get started today. wearenotthebanks.com. NMLS ID number 66247, equal housing opportunity.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day, and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hey, are you planning to get an updated COVID-19 vaccine?
Yep. I don't want to get seriously sick and miss out on spending time with friends and family.
Does it cost a lot? I don't have insurance.
If you don't have health insurance, or if your insurance doesn't cover an updated COVID-19 vaccine, you can get one for free with the Bridge Access program. Just look for places that participate in Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
Sounds good. Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
A message from CDC.
Mills Air and Business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Very local. Powered by Wesh 2. Local news.
Breaking news this morning.
Original series and specials.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now.
Sunshine came softly through my window today.
Florida truly is the Sunshine State, and it shows in everything we grow. When you shop, choose fresh from Florida.
'Cause I made my mind up, you're going to be mine. I tell you right now.
Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. And now, during our President's Day sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add any base. Ends Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Your neighborhood Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need to get ready for spring. Now through February 29th, get the best prices on made for Florida Sunnyland fertilizers, Miracle Grow soils, Roundup weed and grass killers, yard tools, and more. Cypress mulch is 4 for $10 all month long. And don't forget to bring in your steel outdoor power equipment to one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 service centers for a spring tune-up. Tools Ace Hardware has 12 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store delivery or pickup. And be sure to look for our brand new Tools Ace Hardware store coming to Hamlin soon.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. One firm for life.com.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles. Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search the Beatles Now and Then and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
I used to get Bill Cosby and Bing Crosby
confused as a kid. Have a great day.
Hey, it happens, right?
Makes sense.
It's nothing the love guru can help you with today, but it happens. Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Jim will be back with us tomorrow, just taking a day. You've got Deb, Jack, and Ross, and we've got your 5 o'clock keyword, and that is pay, P-A-Y. Take that over to realradio.fm for your next to last chance to win $1,000. It's today and tomorrow, and we really want to add your name to the roster of winners. So pay is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert. As I said, Jim will be back tomorrow. We've got Ross Thoughts coming up and trivia later on in this hour. But right now, we want to welcome a very special guest, the Vice President of Marketing for the Orlando Science Center, and turns out someone I worked with back in the mid-'90s.
Whoa.
Mr. Jeff Stanford.
Yay!
Thank you.
Was that
Welcome.
the Great Movie Ride or
No, this was, I can't remember which station it was, but
Yeah, we've been talking a long time.
A couple decades.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
All good stuff.
I think I was back at Excel, and you were with Hospice at the time.
At the time, yes.
And now you're with the Orlando Science Center, and you guys have a really, really cool event coming up, the Spark STEM Fest.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It is Science Kicked Up to 11. It is, we deck out all 4 floors of the Science Center. We've got tremendous partners like NASA and a lot of great tech companies, plus all of the, we're exploring all aspects of science. So from cooking science, biology, engineering, architecture, simulation, video games. We'll have one of the robot dogs from Boston Dynamics That's a big coming deal. to us, courtesy of UCF. We've got awesome science shows, including Science Bob, who's been on the Kimmel Show and the Today Show, doing some crazy, crazy stuff. And someone you may know, Savannah Bowen from Gatorland, is going to be coming out on Saturday.
Oh, very cool.
Showing off some baby gators and teaching us about alligators and crocodiles and wildlife in Florida. So every aspect of science just kicked up a notch this weekend for Spark STEM Fest.
And, you know, with the expected weather to be rainy, you know, you're going to have kids cooped up inside. They want to get out. They want to be entertained. Heck, you're going to have adults that are cooped up and want to go out and be entertained. We talked about this earlier, how we had such a great time when we broadcast from the Orlando Science Center for Spark STEM Fest. And it was just the paper airplane guy that blew all of our minds. I mean, every one of the displays was so cool. It's such a great event to check out.
So on the issue of weather and the rainy that we're expecting this weekend, and this is a beautiful thing, especially when we are planning our poker tournament, which we hold annually at the Orlando Science Center. A parking garage and a covered bridge.
Oh, yeah.
All indoor fun.
All indoor. You drive right in, and you don't have to deal with the rain. It's a beautiful thing.
It really is. And with all those different kinds of exhibits, you could find something for every member of the family to just lose their mind over.
Oh, absolutely, Deborah. It's designed to appeal to all ages. If you're a curious person, we've got something for you. It's definitely a great thing to do for families. It's great if you just like science. You're looking for something different to do. We've got acrobats that are going to do a live acrobatic show teaching physics through the acrobatics. This guy, Science Bob, holds the world's record for largest foam explosion.
Oh, that's all you had to say.
You want to come and check that out. We're going to show you how to make the perfect grilled cheese sandwich using science.
Oh, well,
Okay,
you had
wait a
me.
second.
You had me. What? Let's go. All right.
Exactly.
I think I'm going.
How do you do it?
Is it the mayo?
Does it have to be Dukes? Is that science?
It involves a little bit of chemistry. I'll put that
Oh,
out
man,
there.
I was terrible at that in high school.
But
this
put a
is great.
spatula on it, makes it all much
So,
easier.
Jeff, you've been doing it. It used to be Otronicon. Then you
Yes.
changed your name to STEM Fest, which is great. And, Spark STEM Fest. And how do you change it? Because last year was a great event. So how do you go about finding, okay, what else can we do? Where do you start looking, to bring in the next really cool scientific demonstration that you can, show the people of Central Florida?
Believe it or not, Jack, we go to YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, go to...
Don't we all?
There's so much on
YouTube University, baby.
Yeah, and it's like you check out what's going on in YouTube, and then you track those folks down. We also keep an eye. There's a great peer network in museums, and so there are STEM fests that go on around the country. D.C. has an amazing one. New York has a great one. Chicago. So we keep an eye on what they're doing. We all kind of share information. But you are looking for things that are big, that capture people's attention, that, we all learn better while we're having fun.
Yes.
So let's do something that's fun. And this guy, Science Bob, he's a science teacher in Boston. And he started, what can I do to get my kids all fired up about science in the classroom? Well, blow up stuff. Yeah. And so he took that and just kicked it up a notch. Then he started putting it on YouTube. And then Kimmel found him. He's been on Kimmel like 24 times. And then that took him to Kelly and Ryan and the Today Show. But for us, the reason we moved Otronicon to Spark STEM Fest is Otronicon was an amazing event. We'd done it for about 15 years. It was all about tech. And we were looking at, we need to expand this. We need to look at more aspects of science than just tech. And so we looked at coming up with a name that embodied that. And, Spark, we're lighting that spark. We're igniting curiosity. We want people to get connected to science in a fun way, see how it affects their lives, and hopefully turn these little kids on to what can be available for them in amazing STEM careers, because the world is changing faster than we can keep up.
Absolutely.
And STEM skills are one way that we can stay competitive.
If you have a young one, this is the best offering that Central Florida has, not for this weekend, but for the month. This is the zenith of, this is so much fun. When I was there, honestly, the whole time I was like, you know what? I can warm up to the idea of having a kid. Because I just wanted to experience, being a dad there. It is so magical.
Well, you're going to get your chance.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Well, my job is done.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Congratulations. Yeah. But I did want to mention it's great because for, all the different families and kids that are going to go, not just what we all traditionally think of as tech, but having the environmental sciences there with Savannah Bone from Gatorland and, of course, Monsters in the Morning help kids realize there's a great science degree just in protecting our resources and our wildlife as well as doing computers and, robotics.
No, that's a really good point, Deborah, because for us, what we want to do is show STEM careers aren't just someone wearing a lab coat.
Right.
It's not someone, rocket science is cool, but we're not all going to be rocket scientists. But STEM affects all our lives. STEM is a set of skills that helps us problem solve, communicate, think critically. And technology is everywhere. Our lives are getting more technological. Our lives are getting more complicated.
I know.
So these skills can really help approach that. But we want to show that STEM professions are everywhere. They're important. They're lucrative. But also, we want to show, yes, young people, but all people that these scientists, these STEM professionals, these engineers, these innovators, they look like you. And you can do this too. And here's the path to follow. So that's really, and that really encapsulates, that's why it's called Spark.
Right, exactly.
I have some more. I want to get back to tech, but we do have someone texting in, and they want to know: is this included? Is the event included for pass holders, or and how can people go about getting tickets?
Okay, thanks for letting me know, Jack. Yeah, this event, Spark STEM Fest, is included with admission. So you just pay the regular admission to the Science Center, which is $24 for adults. It's $18 for kids. If you are an annual member, that's like our annual pass to the Science Center.
Right.
You get Spark included. So the whole family can come to Spark STEM Fest. We're Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the 17th or the 19th. Come every day. The only additional charge you're going to face is Science Bob has an additional $5 fee, and that's to guarantee you a seat because there's only about 200 seats in the theater. He's doing a couple shows a day, and there's going to be probably 2,000 people in the building. So just to make sure you get that seat, because we don't want you standing in line and then not getting into the show. So that $5 additional charge helps with that. But other than that, Science Bob is the only extra charge unless you want to grab a cup of coffee at the coffee spot, go down to the Four Roots Cafe, get a really great meal. But if you're just there for the science, it's included.
So on that tech, on I know you've had a lot of interactive stuff. When we were doing the show there, kids were actually taking part, playing in the games. I did a simulator as well. What kind of simulators do you have, and any virtual reality stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. UCF, their Florida Interactive Entertainment Academy, is going to be out. They're going to have a lot of stuff with VR and AR. We've got the Navy and also the Naval Air Warfare Training Center. You know, all those folks that are cutting-edge simulators.
Looking for drone pilots?
And yeah, they're looking for drone pilots. We got the Navy going to share some underwater drones with us at Sparks Fest.
Cool.
So a lot of cool tech.
Submarine. How's that not a submarine? Is it a submarine?
And Jeff,
We call it now underwater drone.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
And I wanted to ask, I know that Science Bob has an extra charge, but are there any other exhibits that, maybe folks want to go to the website and see all of the things that are going to be taking place? Are there any other exhibits that you're expecting are going to be really popular? And if this is what you want to see, you're going to want to make sure you're in line early?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, you just go to the Science Center website, osc.org, osc.org/spark. Also, you go to the website, main page, osc.org. There's a big Spark icon. Click on that. That's got the rundown. Download the program, everything we're doing. I'd say all the live shows, Science Bob, going to be big attention, limited capacity for that. Savannah's only coming out on Saturday.
Okay.
So you'll want to get there early to see her show. She's doing 2 shows that day. There's a lot of live shows. The Acrobats are performing about 3 times that day. So you'll want to see them. They're playing in one of our theaters. And then we've got these little pop-up presentations going on throughout the building. The perfect grilled cheese sandwich is being made down in the cafe in a presentation space. But there is literally something going on in every floor, every exhibit. In addition to these special partners, you've still got all the permanent exhibits at the Science Center that you can check out. Brand new one that we just opened last month called Going Places, about the technology of transportation, planes, trains, automobiles, boats, GPS. That's really cool. You can check that out, as well as all the other cool stuff happening during Spark STEM Fest.
And then somebody also texted us at 77031 wondering if they can buy Science Bob tickets early.
Yes. If you go to the website right now, you can get an early ticket to Spark STEM Fest and an advanced ticket to Science Bob. Just osc.org, go to the Spark page, hit the Get Tickets button, and it will take you where you need to do to get the Spark admission ticket and the Science Bob reservation.
And for those that are wondering what STEM stands for, and of course now we have STEAM. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math.
Yes.
STEAM is science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Or is it also animation or now artificial intelligence?
Well, and there's so much going on. There is science and art, and there's art and science.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't mean to underplay the impact of art when we talk STEM, but it's like art and science are both
one and the same.
Yeah, you're imagining something that's not there. You're willing it into creation. That takes a lot of the same skills to be an artist, same skills to be a scientist. So we've got some cool art displays and cool architecture. We are going to make some AI art at Spark STEM Fest.
Oh, wow.
So worth checking out. But yeah, all kinds of great, and STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And when we look at STEM, it's a set of skills. It's critical thinking. It's collaboration. It's communication. These are important skills you need, whether you're going to be a rocket scientist or
a
not.
DJ.
Yes,
I got
exactly.
it. We'll call it STEM Plus.
There you go.
There.
Oh, Jack, brilliant move.
That covers everything.
I know.
Yes.
Just copyright that bad boy.
Jeff, what's up with the bottom level attraction? Is that done yet? What's going on there? I want to know. I want to know. Every time I go around, I look down and see what I can see.
Yeah, that's a big deal. This is the biggest thing we have ever done in our 70-year history at the Science Center. An all-new exhibit on nature and conservation.
I can't wait.
We're calling it Life. It features 300 animals and habitats, ocean, rainforest, and swamp. You'll be able to go through there, and the animals are not in environments. They're not in displays. They are out there in the open for you to check out. It's unlike anything you've seen at the Science Center, maybe unlike anything you've seen in a zoo, an aquarium, or another museum. It's been under construction for 2 years. It will be open to the public this spring. We are at the home stretch. I was down there this morning. It's looking awesome. It's going to blow your mind. And I will be happy to come back.
Please.
Tell you all about it when we open up later this spring.
Oh, that's exciting.
That would be, we'd love to have you back. Heck, we'd even love to be out there ourselves to see it.
Yeah. This is your invitation to come join me and embrace life, which is our new exhibit.
Clever.
That sounds like a vanity license plate.
It had to one up Jack's STEAM or STEM Plus. So, yeah, exactly. Embrace life. And then real quick, the hours for this weekend.
Yes, it's 10 to 5, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We are rocking it all President's Day weekend. All 4 floors of the Science Center. That one admission price getting you so much science, it's going to blow your darn mind. It's going to be the place to be.
So osc.org/spark.
Yes.
Excellent. Well,
great. I'm excited.
I can't figure out which exhibit I want to see more than the other.
I'm thinking
the grilled cheese.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking Sunday might be perfect. The weather's going to be crap.
I know. And the other thing, too, I wanted to mention is that was a really good point about the cafe and the coffee shop is the fact that, with the weather, if that's a concern, you can feed everybody and get caffeinated without ever having to get back in your car and figure out where you're going to go. You can get all that done right there at the Orlando Science Center.
Yeah, thank you. And we got some great partners in Barney's with the coffee spot and with John Rivers' 4-Hour Restaurant Group and Four Roots Cafe. So some good stuff. As I've been told, it is food. So you want to check it out.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Jeff, for coming by. We really do appreciate it. Vice President for Marketing for the Orlando Science Center. Get your tickets now to Spark STEM Fest. Still a few minutes to enter the...
Oh, and Deb, not only that, we also have a 4-pack of tickets available as one of the trivia prizes when we do trivia in about 10 minutes.
Which is exactly what we're getting ready to do right about now. So hop on the line, 407-916-1041 for your chance to win that 4-pack of tickets to Spark STEM Fest this weekend. So get on the line now, but keep it here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Kansas City police believe the victims of yesterday's shooting at the Chiefs' victory rally were caught in the crossfire of a dispute between several people. NASCAR's duels at Daytona will get the green flag tonight. The twin 60-lap races will set the Daytona 500's field behind front-row starters Joey Logano and Michael McDowell. And Florida football has a new opening after offensive line coach Darnell Stapleton left Gainesville for the NFL today. I'm J.D. Haffron.
Now, during Staples Sit-a-thon, you can save up to $180 on select chairs, desk chairs, computer chairs, even gaming chairs. In-store only. Offer ends 3/2. See associates for details. Stop by Staples today and grab a seat.
Are you ready for a clearer tomorrow? For a limited time, the Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations with one of their expert counselors. Take that first step toward better vision in 2024 by texting 1041 to 868686 to schedule your free LASIK consultation today. Their surgeons have performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures, and they only use the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology. Need financing? Well, here's some good news. They offer 24-month interest-free financing to qualified patients. And here's even more good news. You can use your Flex spending account for LASIK as well. Free yourself from glasses or contacts in 2024. Simply text 1041 to 868686 today and schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Start 2024 off with a bang with crystal clear vision, courtesy of the Filatowski Eye Institute.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old ride's left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. You deserve a ride that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and I'll get you way overpriced value for your clunker. Do Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? We kiss up to the banks and lenders who want to say yes. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. Check out our brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. Fall in love with the award-winning 2024 Outlander with 0% for 60 months. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $89 per month. Trade-ins, kiss it goodbye. We'll pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Tamron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Come join the city of Mount Dora as we celebrate Scottish culture at the Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, taking place the weekend of February 16th through the 18th in downtown Mount Dora. Enjoy live music, Highland athletics, bagpipes, plus a special guest appearance by actor and comedian Jamie Kennedy, and much more. Tickets available at MountDoraScot.com. The Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, February 16th through the 18th. Sponsored by Guinness, Visit Lake, and the city of Mount Dora.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-47-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Hope you're having a fabulous, fabulous Thursday afternoon. So thankful that you're spending part of that time with us. Jim will be back with us tomorrow. You've got Deb, Jack, and Ross. And speaking of Ross, he's got your sauce jar.
All aboard!
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack.
Clickety-clack. It's the saddest, weirdest seance you'll ever hear, guys. Welcome to the sauce jar. I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see Nate Bargatze, one of the biggest, hottest comedians right now, not in the country, but on the planet. Jack wasn't lying, I have 4 tickets to go to Spark STEM Fest at the Orlando Science Center. We were just talking to the big dog himself. This event is going February 7th through the 19th. If you look at a calendar, you realize That is this weekend. This event features amazing hands-on experiences, speakers, panels, and other sessions, and a weekend just filled with displays, too much fun, so many shows, and so much more. Also in the Sauce Jar, it's drowning over here.
I know.
I have a beautiful pair of ground passes for Friday, March 7th for the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Please let it dangle, big cat. Please let it dangle. March 7th, the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill Club.
Daddy?
That is your Sauce Jar. Let it dangle, please. Can I see Mr. Woods?
And your Sauce Jar is always brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. Put their fully trained expert moving crews to the test, but be aware they're adept in packing your things, handling your furniture, safe driving, customer service, and so much more. Speaking of more, mention the Jim Colbert Show, and that will get you a discount. So book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. Ross, my friend, who goes first?
All right, Jack, let's go with line 3, Lindsay.
Lindsay.
I'm here.
How are you? How are you doing today, Lindsay?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am fat and sassy. Would you like to play a little game?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Want to play a game?
All right, Lindsay, if you know the program, you know that Jim writes a statement followed by 4 facts. But one of those facts is a lie. Find that lie, and we'll send you to go swimming in the sauce jar. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go, Lindsay. It's National Wisconsin Day. Oh, yeah, you know.
How about, he wrote this just for you.
Don't you know what's on the agenda here?
Yeah, let's have a hot plate. Here are 3 fun facts about Wisconsin and 1 badgering lie. Number 1. The first ever ice cream sundae was served in Two Rivers, Wisconsin back in 1881. Number 2, Wisconsin was the first state to institute a state income tax. Number 3, the cheesehead phenomenon started with the Milwaukee Brewers, not the Green Bay Packers. Or finally, number 4, Vic Armstrong, who's considered the greatest Hollywood stuntman ever, hails from Madison, Wisconsin. Which one is the lie?
Those aren't easy. I'm going with number 2.
Number 2 is a fact, Lindsay. I'm sorry.
Bye, Lindsay. Man.
All right. Bye, Lindsay. I just... Who goes next, Ross?
Let's welcome...
What, you can't be mean to the ladies?
No.
No, I can't. Ross, who's next?
Let's welcome Heather on line 4.
Heather.
Heather, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. So if you lose, you're saying you're okay with me being a total bitch to you?
Absolutely.
There
All
we
right,
go.
then
That's a good attitude.
All right, then let's get this, girl.
Yeah,
let's
she's gonna
do
nail
this.
it now.
Come on.
Let's do this. All right, Heather, shut up and listen.
Yeah, slap me in my neck.
You can handle it, right?
I love her.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Heather. Number 1, the first ever ice cream sundae was served in Two Rivers, Wisconsin in 1881. Number 2, the cheesehead phenomenon started with the Milwaukee Brewers, not the Green Bay Packers. Or number 3, Vic Armstrong, who's considered the greatest Hollywood stuntman ever, hails from Madison, Wisconsin.
All right. Let's go with number 1.
That is a fact, Heather, which means you got it horribly wrong and you're a loser. Hang up the phone and never call me again.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, you got it, girl. Love you, Chica.
That's the only time I think I've ever seen you like semi-uncomfortable.
My palms are so sweaty.
Just hang up and never call us ever again. Like that hurt you to say. I love it though.
It did, man.
People love it. People want it. Slap me in my neck. Cough in my face. Let's welcome Scott on line 2.
Hey, Scott, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Deborah?
I am doing better now that I got to cuss out Heather. Are you ready to play?
I'm always ready.
Oh, I like a man who answers that way. Well, you actually have a 50-50 chance of going swimming in the sauce jar. Here you go.
Nice.
You want to be careful on that. Number 1, the cheesehead phenomenon started with the Milwaukee Brewers, not the Green Bay Packers. Or number 4, Vic Armstrong, who's considered the greatest Hollywood stuntman ever, hails from Madison, Wisconsin.
Let's go with the second one.
And you are going swimming in the sauce jar. Yay! Way to go, Scott.
Got to reword that, but I like it still.
Better than the Jack jar.
Congratulations, Scott. We appreciate you calling and playing the game. So, yeah, you've got quite a choice in the sauce jar. Turns out that's the lie because Vic Armstrong is actually English.
No.
Not from Wisconsin at all.
All right.
So is the Cheesehead Brewers true?
I guess it must be. I had no idea.
I've been to like 3 Major League Baseball games my entire life. The first one was a Brewers game.
Me too.
And was one of the weirdest, still to this day, weirdest sporting event I've ever gone to.
Why is that?
They have like a guy running down on a slide every time they scored, and they would put him in a tank of beer.
And then balloons came out of the top of the beer mug. That's the game I remember.
Yeah, it's like an acid trip of a stadium.
Welcome to Wisconsin.
And it's just so bizarre. It's odd, but still wholesome. Everyone's hammered, but everyone isn't divorced. It's this,
Wisconsin.
It's this weird vibe, dude. And everyone's rocking cheese. They're proud of cheese, and they're chanting for this drunk dude to go down a slide.
Wisconsin cheese is some of the most awarded cheeses you'll find in the world. In fact, some of the best cheesemakers moved to Wisconsin so that they can continue the craft.
You hear that? You can take the girl out of Wisconsin, Jack.
But you can't,
You can't take the Wisconsin out of girl.
Here's a couple of more facts about Wisconsin that maybe you didn't know before we find out what's coming up for Ross Thoughts and also
it's a banger.
Your last keyword for the Jim Colbert Show coming up soon. The iconic Barbie doll hails from fictional Willow, Wisconsin. The state symbol, the badger, does not represent the animal, even though the badger is the state animal of Wisconsin. It's a nickname given to miners who traveled there for work and dug holes in the ground to sleep in to stay warm.
Do you know anything about not all cities' names in Wisconsin, but there's isn't there a lot of Oshkosh and
Oshkosh? Yeah, which is about Sheboygan.
Yeah.
Kewanee.
Is that all Native Americans? It sounds like it to me, but I don't know if that's offensive for me to assume that.
No, a lot of names in Wisconsin are Native American, and then a lot of names are also French because French fur traders travel down the Fox River. So if you don't have Native American names in Wisconsin, most likely they'll be French.
It was just when I was in Wisconsin, I was like, all right, there's a lot of Oshkosh, there's Sheboygan, and then Port Washington.
And if you remember...
okay, this one, that sticks out.
And if you remember from Wayne's World, we learned from Alice Cooper that Milwaukee is Milwaukee.
See?
Another Native American name. All right, real quick. Marathon County, Wisconsin grows 10% of the world's supply of ginseng, nearly all of the U.S. supply. And then lastly, the first kindergarten classes happened in the home of a German couple, being that kindergarten, German word, in Watertown, Wisconsin back in 1856. Ross, not only do we have a killer keyword coming up at 6, but we've got your thoughts.
We do, but I have to ask you this because you are a Wisconsinite.
I'm born and bred, Green Bay.
Right? There's a text that's accusing Wisconsin to being Canada, USA, Canadian, USA. But I know it's very easy to feel offended over that because of Canada. Whatever your feelings about that. To me, when I hear that and read that, I was like, that's kind of spot on to me. Do you feel like that same wholesome niceness?
I'm
not sure if Wisconsin's really big on cattle, but all of Western Canada is essentially like nice Texas that says sorry a lot.
Well, Wisconsin is known as America's dairy land, right? It's a state that is full, well, at least it used to be before factory farming got its hands on it. But
that's wild.
It's the home of one red barn after another. And it's interesting you say that, Ross, because when I first moved to Florida, the one question I got more than any other question was, where in Canada are you from?
Yeah, dude, that checks out.
Every single time. And I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What's coming up for thoughts?
Guys, this is a heavy segment. Anybody who's in my shoes right now, you have to think of a child's name. But I want to know, though, where the line is of I really like that name, but I also knew one of those from back in the day.
Does it sound like the love guru needs some advice of his own?
When it comes to naming a child, absolutely, because she's not biting on Balthazar.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Looking at heavy stop-and-go delays on I-4 westbound this afternoon, where accident activity is currently blocking the left lane on the interstate at the Central Florida Parkway exit. Another crash blocking the northbound right lane on Orange Avenue at Gatlin Avenue. Normal slowdowns reported for those traveling between the Beach Line and 535. If you see any traffic problems this afternoon, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. When pepperoni is your favorite pizza, the only choice is Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Their fresh dough topped with signature sauce, 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, and crispy cupped old world pepperoni. Get a large now for just $9.99. Participation may vary. See store for details.
Man, here we go with rebathmidfla.com. That is where you get the bathroom of your dreams. And if you do have one of those bathrooms in your home, and it doesn't matter which one, it could be the master bath, could be the guest bath. But if it's that guest bathroom, you know what happens, man. It makes it so embarrassing to have friends or family over for special events. I know everybody's graduating right now, but in the fall, Thanksgiving will be here. And all those events, you got to go to your brothers, maybe your moms, because your bathroom is so embarrassing. You just don't want to have anybody over. But that can change. Rebath of Mid-Florida can do that for you, man. And they can do it for you with incredible products. Natural stone like travertine and marble, all those beautiful colors, that's available. All those trendy things you see on television and in the magazines, they can do it. Daryl Payne just showed me the 2 bathrooms he got from Rebath. Amazing stuff. They control the entire job. They're employees. They do it in 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And the products you can even see beforehand. Just visit the showroom, 436 up in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. Very easy to find. You can take their design team, your ideas, their products, and next thing you know, you have a beautiful bathroom. When they install it, you're all set. This happens every day with these guys. Log on today. Look at the before and afters, and then book your appointment. Your new bathroom is right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
Join the future dreamers and achievers for a celebration of the arts at the Orlando Museum of Art. Their purpose is to support performing arts education through concerts, workshops, and scholarships. And you can be a part of this unique night that'll feature singers, dancers, musicians, comedy, and lots of surprises. Hosted by comedian James Yan, entrepreneur Jennifer Yan, and former Wesh 2 news anchor Jim Payne. Saturday, February 17th at 7 p.m. at the Orlando Museum of Art. Get tickets and more info at futuredna.org.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, Orlando.
Sunshine came softly through my window today.
Florida truly is the Sunshine State, and it shows in everything we grow. When you shop, choose fresh from Florida.
'Cause I made my mind up, you're going to be mine. I tell you right now.
Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Cheers to you, girl. I know you're excited about the new job. Oh, thanks so much. Hey, is that my engagement ring you're wearing? Don't be silly. Oh, wow. They are identical. How did that happen? Don't tell me. He went to jail. Yeah, yours too, I guess. Wow.
Don't make her settle for one of those cookie cutter rings from the big corporate chain jewelry stores. At International Diamond Center, you can get her a stunning, one-of-a-kind designer ring, one that's as unique as she is. IDC has over 4,000 handcrafted rings from world-class designers like Tacori, Verragio, Henry Dossi, and others. These are designers that you'll never see in one of those mega corporate stores, but we have them starting at under $1,000. So, ladies, don't settle for ordinary. For a ring that will be yours and yours alone, make sure he goes to
International Diamond Center.
International Diamond Center, with 4 convenient Orlando locations.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, fljobsnow.com for more info.
Tax time is the best time to get to Sutherland Nissan Orlando with huge savings on every new, certified, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot. We'll stretch your money further to get you more car for less money. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando today. Online at orlandonissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank. B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Jim will be back tomorrow. You've got Deb, Jack, and Ross. We've got your 6 o'clock keyword, and that is bank, B-A-N-K. Take that to realradio.fm for your chance to win $1,000. This is our last keyword for today. We'll have 4 more for you tomorrow, starting at 3. Speaking of Ross, I believe he has some thoughts for you.
It's weird. It's funny. Sometimes.
That was my brain.
It's Ross. Spelled like sauce. It's Ross Thoughts.
We're revved
What
up.
is that?
That was my brain revving up.
Oh, I thought it was a water bong.
Yeah, no, it was
Same thing.
yeah, it is. It's very similar.
Jack.
It's tough. You said what'd you say?
Water bong.
Water
You said
bong?
water bong. You said your brain revving up. I said same thing.
Oh. I wonder if there's a car that runs off like a water bong now.
Wouldn't that be a great way to save the planet?
Hey, you want to smoke out of my Hyundai? But all right, so on a serious note, I'm gonna be a dad.
I know. Does that still freak you out when those words escape your mouth?
Kidding me? Yes. I've never even came close to having a panic attack, and like every 3 hours, I'm like, focus on your breathing. Yes, dude. Look, I'm faking it till I make it. On the inside, I'm freaking out. I am not doing good. I could say it with a smile because, we're doing a show right now. But, like, catch me at 8 o'clock at a bar going, what am I doing, man? What are the rules? In my mind, I'm like, I had my dad until I was 13. So as soon as this kid hits 14, I'm out.
No, you would never.
That was also pigeons. That was not a water bong or a car. Those were birds. Those are doves.
Doves, not pigeons? Okay.
Pigeons, doves, pigeons, they all have the same way. They all flap the same way. But here's a problem that I keep running into.
What's that?
I'm not saying that I would name my kid any of the following names, but I am saying that I can't name my future child some of these names.
All right.
Deb, Deborah, Jack, Jim. Those names are off the list, right? That's
Wow.
weird. Here, listen. We
How
can go.
rude.
Yeah, we can go ahead and fake being offended if you guys want. But
Well, I
Fake?
thought I would get a special place.
see what? But here's the thing. It would be weird.
What, for me to hold baby Deborah?
Yeah, I think that would rub you guys pretty in a weird way. I know it would rub me a little weird if all of a sudden one of my friends had a kid and they're like, and I named him Ross and he spells it like sauce.
It wasn't weird for C Lane and his bride to name their baby after me.
Is their kid's
Well,
name
you
Jack?
already got one
Is
baby.
it Jack? It is Jack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's already got one, so now it's up to me and Jim, and I think if it's a girl, it's Deborah.
I think all real radio babies should be named Jack.
I can't. Is that in the contract?
You got to read the fine print, bro.
Fine print. Yeah, exactly.
I knew this place was very Mad Maxy.
Yeah, he snuck it in there.
But I didn't know that. That's interesting because I can't. I'm
Although,
sorry.
I have to be honest, I'd feel a little uncomfortable if you came in talking about Deborah's diaper rash.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, I'm going to feel a little uncomfortable with that.
It would just be like too much.
Because I don't know what cream to use.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I can't name, the kid Chase. That's my brother's name.
Your mother-in-law's name, your mother's name.
All those names
your aunts,
are gone.
Your sisters.
Right? Am I crazy for thinking that? Is that...
No, see, family, well, it depends because a combination of your parents' name can work for that, either their name directly or a combination of it. So anyone of a higher generation or up that you respect and like and love and would like to, represent them and honor them by naming your child.
Or ask Kiss the Boss by naming your baby Jack.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's not going to get me anywhere, though.
Extra day off.
Let me call my wife. She doesn't understand how hard those are to come by. I say as we took the day after the Super Bowl off. This literal week.
We decided we're not doing that again.
Oh, okay. All right.
We missed talking about the Super Bowl.
It's a blast.
And we will be here for President's Day.
But here's the problem. So
That's how hard we work.
Every name, I feel like I've met so many people in my life. So any name that really gets tossed out, I have like a loose association with all shockingly more names than I thought.
Right.
Example, my wife threw down a couple of names that I was like, okay, if it's a girl name, we can't name it that. I can't. Because I had
relations with her.
I have had an experience with that name, so we can't do that. And that's been a fun time finding out. Like, I'll throw down a name, and she goes, "Nah." And I'm like, all right, this is a weird name. This is such a odd way of finding out how many partners we've had. Because that's literally what's kind of happening. What do you think about the name Brianna? No. What do you think about the name? What do you think about the name David? No, I don't think David. No, I don't think. You see what I'm saying, Jack?
Yeah,
I
we
are
get it.
finding out a lot about ourselves.
Yeah, I get it. That's why I kind of let my wife and the kids kind of work that, and they came to me, and then I was able to approve what was on the short list.
Oh, okay. So you had a baby choose?
Yeah.
Well, what?
No,
The baby
no.
wasn't associated in the name?
No, my wife and the other daughter.
Got it. Sorry.
Would say, hey, what about this? What about this? And I'm like, yep, nah.
Yeah.
Without having to say, why the nah?
We had the boy's name figured out, no problem. And then, of course, it was a girl. So I was like, all right, what do you got?
Your level of excitement is charming.
So example, right? My wife and I both like the name Josephine. It's a strong name. I like that. I like the name Josephine.
I can't tell you my association with that name.
But go, please.
Is it a nun?
Tell me, because here's the thing. In middle school, I had a crush on a Josephine for like 8 days, and I think that's the most of a memory that I can have with any possible future my kid's name is like I had a slight crush that nothing happened in middle school.
Well, ours was our dog Josephine when I was on the island where my mom was born, behind the gate, being pursued by 30 other island dogs when Batman, but because my cousins couldn't say bat, always came out sounding like Buttman, would chase the dogs away, but one of them unfortunately got a hold of Josephine, and yeah, birds and the bees. That's when That's when I learned what a cold hose does.
Way to bring that back, Ross.
There you go, Ross.
Whoa. I said Josephine, and it spurns a Colombian dog
orgy.
Yeah.
That's on me?
Yeah, it is.
Well, it sparked a memory.
It sparked a memory, and that's what what you're talking about. The challenge is every name has something associated with it. You have to find a name that only has positive associated with it for the two of you, and then move there, and then throw that against the wall.
Because I'll have different feelings about Josephine when I'm holding her.
Yeah, I know. And then, you'll see my dogs.
Jackie.
Yeah,
Or Jackie.
Dude, we're not going with Jackie, brother. I can't.
Jacqueline?
Nah, that's too close. Legit, I can't name my daughter Jacqueline because my boss's name is Jack, and that's weird.
Do what I do with my pets and video games characters. Jeter.
Jesus. Dude, Jack.
Baby Jeter.
I don't think you understand how much I still look up to you. And this is what you're giving me right now. I am freaking out.
Baby Jeter.
Not going Jeter, A-Rod.
I was just about to say that.
Not going.
I wouldn't go A-Rod on that.
No.
No.
Oh, now I'm going to name my kid A-Rod.
But how about you're a very progressive, hip couple, and let the baby choose their name.
But you see their personality evolve, and someone just texted 77031. This was the name I wanted to name my daughter, Jade.
Jade is cool. I knew a Jade. I still know a Jade. She still is alive.
She's a stripper?
No, she's badass.
All right.
She's a mother of two, and she's great at it.
Could she be a stripper?
I don't know how to answer that. Because if I say yes, it's weird. If I say no, it's also bad.
Well, no, as a mom of two kids, if you say yes, she could still be a stripper. I think she's going to be like, hell yeah.
So then,
Still got
but now it seems like I'm calling her.
I can't believe you said that about Jade.
Why are you so good at asking people questions where there is no right answer?
Yeah.
None. But she could be a stripper?
Hey, if you
want to drop her last name so we can see what she looks like?
Not again. Not again. I keep bringing up people, and then the first thing Jack does is look them up on social media.
We all did yesterday. We all did.
I feel for anybody right now. Text comes in saying that their son's name is Brandon. They named their kid back in '93 Brandon, and all of a sudden,
I know.
Oh, well, like a Karen. It seemed like a just common name.
You're right.
No problem with Karen. Oh.
And then I'm thinking I've always wondered though there had to have been a lot of liberal Brandons who just thought wow, people really believe in me these days. Who just had no idea what the actual message was.
Right, exactly.
This whole Brandon thing's really turning around. People are really rooting for me.
Hunter?
Yeah,
Hunter.
What does that mean? Oh, so it's not Let's Go Brandon. I don't know. It's really weird to determine, though, a name. I know a John. I know a Jack. I know a Deb. I know a Jim.
Go old school, like Esther.
I do like the name Esther.
Go Esther, maybe Reginald for the boy.
And then, I honestly, I've always liked the name Titus. But this is another thing. I can't name my kid Titus.
Titus Paget?
Titus Paget. No, but that's too easy to make fun of. Hepatitis. Just
any of the Titus, any of the itises.
Dude, there's so many Tituses, and you can't name a kid Titus.
Oh, yeah. That's asking for it.
You do have to consider that. But sometimes the best names are the ones that are problematic as a kid because they are unique.
Like Jack.
That was one that, as a kid, was not a fan of, but I do appreciate much more now that I am older. And the nursery rhymes don't sting as much.
And
it helps that your station employees are naming their progeny after you.
I like it.
When you named another human being, though, did you take off some of the names that you were like, I can't do that because this happened and I have that memory with this name? Did you have that moment, or were you just like, I'll take that one?
No, my wife said, write down all your ex-girlfriends so she could cross those off the list. And then every other name was up was fair game.
Oh.
See, that's smart because right now we're just finding out between my wife and I of how many exes we've had.
Listen, someone just texted us at 77031. When my husband and I were expecting and trying to decide on names, we discovered that I dated the Key Club and my husband dated the cheerleading squad.
Yeah, it's not. This is a real thing that's happening.
Yes, it is.
Oh, really? And like some of the names that we've thrown out, and this gets a little too personal, so I can't go into great detail, but some of the names that she's brought out has had her going, really? Like the one that I know? And I've had the moments I'm like, no way. That guy? We can't name our kid that because word? Having a kid has been a blast so far, guys. My name's Ross. Those are some thoughts. I'm crying on the inside. I'm out. Peace.
Your 6 o'clock keyword is bank, B-A-N-K. Take that over to realradio.fm for your chance to win $1,000. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to talk about when an acorn causes you to resign. So keep it here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still seeing slow traffic on I-4 this evening in the Orlando area. There is a crash blocking the westbound right shoulder near the Central Florida Parkway exit, causing heavy backups on the interstate. A crash westbound on the 408 is currently blocking the right lane just before Mills Avenue, causing heavy traffic all the way back from Conway Road. If you see other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, save big when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 68 or more OSB sheathing. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Life Imaging FLA with a quick reminder that February is American Heart Month. And Life Imaging FLA wants to remind you that early detection saves lives. Matter of fact, the very first symptom of heart disease, unfortunately, can be sudden death. But now you have the power to detect issues before symptoms. And with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan, you can't lose. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And when you see the results coming out of Life Imaging FLA, you understand why people are automatically drawn to it. Take that information to your primary care doctor and start building a long-term health care plan that takes care of you for years. That's exactly what I did, and you can do this as well. And remember, this test doesn't take any time at all. Just a few minutes. No injections, no dyes, no taking your clothes off. Just do this. Pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan, and they'll connect you in seconds. And by the way, ask about their cancer screening as well. Make 2024 the year you take care of your long-term health care with a scan from Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, fljobsnow.com for more info.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by Circle K and your local Ford dealers. Get your $10 savings coupon from participating Ford dealers. Restrictions may apply. See savings coupon for details. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. You have to see it live, so don't miss it.
Get connected to Central Florida like never before with Very Local, powered by Wesh 2. Stay informed with the local news team you trust. Explore original series and specials.
You are one of the most inspiring people I've ever met.
Experience new sights and new adventures with the ultimate Central Florida insiders.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now and stream like a local.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Steve Kramer here with the divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. One firm for life.com.
If you have city water, you might not know this, but it's got all kinds of chlorine, chemicals, and all kinds of nastiness in it, which really isn't healthy for you and your family. So get cleaner water with purewaterchanges.com. Call my buddy Bobby at 407-MY-WATER, and he'll save some money because you won't have to buy bottled water anymore. Schedule a free, no obligation to purchase in-home water inspection and demonstration, and you'll receive a free reverse osmosis system valued at $1,799. Installation required. All homeowners must be present. That's purewaterchanges.com, 407-MY-WATER. Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, hello there. Join me at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to celebrate a new era in gaming with live craps, roulette, and sports betting now available to go along with the biggest selection of slots in South Florida. Plus, all your other favorite table games. Complement your night with my award-winning fine dining and casual fare options, lively bars and lounges, or catch your favorite A-list entertainer at Hard Rock Live. Discover your rhythm today. Go to hardrockholly.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paul Anka.
And I'm Skip Bronson.
What happens when two old friends take their decades of experience in the business and sit down with our buddies?
You get Our Way, a brand new show from iHeart Podcast where we chop it up with our pals about everything under the sun.
Hear amazing guests like Jason Bateman, Michael Bublé, Mark Burnett, and many more as they sit down with Paul and Skip.
This is our podcast, and we're going to do it our way.
Listen to Our Way on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour of programming is brought to you by My Home Builders Network. Need new windows? Then you need Mike and his team at HBNUSA.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, Love Guru. I just want to say I was divorced after being with someone for 30 years last year. I spent my first Valentine's with Forrester. He was kind of old, but he sure did make me feel better. Truthfully, I just want to say thank you for all you guys do. You have helped me through the last 9 months tremendously, making me laugh every day. Thanks again.
Oh, that was so sweet. Thank you. Thank you for listening. We really, really, truly do appreciate that because, like I said earlier, we know you have choices. So when you choose us, we don't take that for granted. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Jim will be back with us tomorrow. You've got Deb, Jack, and Ross. And we also have that 6 o'clock keyword for you, bank, B-A-N-K. Take that over to realradio.fm for that chance to win $1,000. Good luck. We really, really, really want you to win. So before the break, we do. We have 7 winners right now. We would love to end it with 10. The contest ends tomorrow. So
I like that. We're skipping 8 and 9. Just get 3 more now.
Exactly. Well, because don't forget 8 and 9. Jack has always said before, though, and it's a good point, don't skip on those later keywords because there are less people playing, so a better chance for you to win. All right, so before the break, I had talked about when an acorn forces you to resign. Now, for context to this, Jack, you posted a video.
It's at JimColbertLive.com. You can see it. It's posted there. It's police body cam footage of an incident that happened here in the state of Florida.
Yeah, up in the Panhandle, Okaloosa County specifically. And that's where a deputy fired on his own patrol car. This happened back in November. While he had someone detained in the back of his patrol car after mistaking a falling acorn for a gunshot.
Happens to the best of us.
But it doesn't.
No.
Yeah. So they were responding to a call about threatening text. They had this guy unarmed, handcuffed, puts him in the back of his SUV cruiser, right?
Yep.
And then the partner is still talking to the people, about 50 feet away or so. And he is walking by the car. Acorn hits the car. And this guy, you see from his body cam, he runs, does a roll dive, starts talking about, they're shooting at me. I'm hit. And then takes his weapon and shoots
right at the vehicle.
Right at his vehicle. And then his partner, here's this going on. So she draws her weapon and starts shooting at the vehicle. Fortunately, with all the shots fired, none of them hit the man in the back seat of the car.
And it turns out the deputy had never been hit. Now, to his credit, Ross, because I know Jack had teased that you're going to try and defend his actions, but his girlfriend, I guess, had let the police know that he had a gun and it had not a silencer, but a suppressor on it. So apparently this former deputy was rather embarrassed when the investigator alerted him that it was an acorn. And this former deputy said, "An acorn?"
Yeah.
And the investigator said, "Yep, an acorn." And he resigned during the investigation. Can you hear the names already?
Oh,
nuts.
He's got to be called Officer Scrat. Do you remember Scrat, Deb?
Scrat, of course, the squirrel from Ice Age. The one who's always chasing the acorn.
Yeah. He's Officer Scrat from now.
I mean, can you imagine? Once he found out it was an acorn, right? The gig is up.
Yeah, but it's not just embarrassing and the fact that he was shooting, he could have killed somebody.
Yeah, he really,
You hear like kids in the background in the video, like, "Oh no, you just said shots fired."
Yeah. So they ruled that he fired his weapon without probable cause, without justification. But the partner was not at fault because they said she was defending her partner. He was firing on the vehicle, so she followed suit.
Right, because she really thought there were shots fired, and then I read her statement saying, I thought I had just witnessed a deputy get murdered.
Yeah.
So
there were shots fired. I don't. Also, I mean, I'm happy that no one got hurt here.
Exactly.
That lets the comedian in me let it fly. Because, if someone dies, the jokes get a little held back here. But the fact that she's not getting let go, the partner, because quote unquote, Jack, what did you say? Because she was defending.
Yeah. She was defending her partner from the acorn.
From the acorn. Officer.
Deputy Scrat.
Deputy, you have to understand.
Right, exactly.
You should have seen this acorn.
It was a huge acorn.
It had a teardrop hat. It had a bandana. It offered me a mixtape in the parking lot.
And a blunt.
Yeah, I just think that's too...
I guess it was coincidence that he happened to be walking back to his SUV, his patrol SUV, putting on medical grade gloves because after he heard word that he had a gun, potentially had a gun, with a suppressor, he was walking back to pull the guy out of the vehicle to search him. And it just so happened that timing that right when he walks up on the SUV, you hear the acorn, and then he just loses his mind.
Texas service with another dime. Who shot first, the acorn or the cop?
Acorn definitely shot first.
Acorn shot first. It had gravity shooting it out.
Exactly.
Because it fell from a tree, and then this cop went, "It's coming right after me."
Someone
and
else
then just unloaded the clip, dude.
I know. He unloaded one clip and put in another one. It was like, damn.
So, I'm so happy we could say this was
Yeah,
fun.
exactly. That's the only thing that makes this story palatable is the fact that nobody was seriously injured.
It's incredibly comedic, and I hope that when he is in his later years, he can get a good laugh out of that.
So do you think he takes his law enforcement certification and tries to get a job in law enforcement elsewhere in Florida, or do you think Deputy Scrat's going to follow him around?
It's Deputy Scrat.
I didn't use his name purposely because I didn't.
Well,
you can look the story up if you want.
He got a new one.
Yeah, he certainly did.
Deputy Scrat. He's the Ice Age squirrel.
Someone else is calling him Tackleberry from Police Academy movies.
Okay, so also jokes aside, before we keep talking about this, if you've ever wanted another reminder of how stressful that job is.
Yeah, seriously.
All right?
I mean, really.
He probably has had events or some sort of thing that were to trigger that response. And I definitely, granted, I'm not defending him, Jack, but just know that I feel for him. He messed up.
Completely. Well, yes.
You had a bad day at the office.
Not only that, it's publicly a bad day.
We're talking about this, and this happened up in Okaloosa County.
And you realize how close you came to taking someone's life who didn't, deserve it.
1,000%.
But you think about it, the last thing in his mind was being told that, he has a gun.
Right.
So he's got to go now, more anxiety into a stressful situation. Now I have to go make sure this guy doesn't have a gun. And as he's approaching the vehicle, the acorn picks a really bad time to fall.
It does, because to him, he said to the investigator that the acorn falling sounded to him like a gunshot from a gun with a suppressor. So it matched the sound of what he thought this guy had on him. But it still turns out to be an acorn, and that's just going to be simply too difficult to get past.
Yeah. If you want to see, you can see the video. It's at JimColbertLive.com. We have it posted up there.
Anything but Mother Nature. Right. Like anything but the most common, average, mundane situation of an acorn falling off of a tree. Blah, blah, blah. You pulled out the Beretta.
Someone just said, thank God it was only an acorn and not popcorn.
Yeah, I think he would still be shooting right now if it was popcorn. Do you think the acorn looked at all of his acorn friends and went, check this out?
No, but I think there's a squirrel up there going,
yeah,
idiot.
There had to have been a squirrel.
Up there losing his S. On the little squirrel party.
Yeah. And then now you have to make proportional handcuffs for the squirrel, which are cute, but it's not going to be easy to make. You're going to have to copyright that, patent that. Now you're arresting squirrels.
I don't know, but I laughed, and I also felt so bad for him.
You do feel bad for him. Because it's like, you assume he got into law enforcement for the best possible reasons, and this was his career, and then something happens that's just so demoralizing and just makes him feel like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I don't want to be around hearing the jokes, and
that has to.
Well, that or just the fact that I made a mistake and it almost cost someone their life.
And he could still be potentially looking at legal action. I mean, there hasn't been any word of the man sitting in the back of the vehicle, and considering his record, but still, I mean, he could still face legal action. Potentially for shooting at an occupied vehicle.
Yeah, he's okay.
Will the acorn come to the stand? Can we testify?
And that's where the judge says, no, this is nuts. We can't do that. I know, second nut joke.
I love all the nuts jokes.
So, Ross, I think you are showing an aptitude for naming things, so maybe Scrat would be a good baby name?
I'm actually going with Scrot. I'm going with Scrot. Or Scroat. Scrot, Paget.
We do have another warning on baby names in this talkback.
Ross, I got named Travis Bagley. That just shortens down to Teabag.
Oh.
So that's my nickname. Any name you go with, kids are going to make a way to make fun of it. Because they're cruel.
Yeah, they are.
That's a heartbreaker.
So you have to think about all the...
Dude, that was Eeyore. who just left that. That was, he sounded so bummed out.
No bother.
Yeah, you can, double down on it.
Teabag.
Yeah, teabags are cool. Teabags are great. First of all, timeless, been around forever. You dunk a teabag, and it's what you do in like Call of Duty when you kill somebody.
You teabag them?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And Halo and stuff.
Yeah.
No way.
All right, I don't know what your vision is right now, but it's not as hard. It's not like Master Chief takes off the armor.
Isn't that what Jim explained it to? Didn't we? We did this on the air recently. Yeah. It's something like that.
Or another
something
play.
in that vicinity.
Yeah.
Everyone's dressed, Deb.
But what you do
Sickos.
in a video game is after you kill somebody and then they hit the ground, then you go over and then you crouch. And then you stand back up, and then you crouch. And you stand back up, and then you crouch. So then you're just crouching over.
Oh, my God. Some of the greatest minds in the world.
Crouching tiger, hidden teabag.
Yeah, dude, that is.
Show title.
It's such a shame that that's not the last thing we say today on this show.
I know. Crouching tiger.
If you're listening, heads up, not going to get better. That was our finest work.
What was it again, Jack? Crouching tiger.
Crouching tiger, hidden teabag.
That's so good. Yeah, but you can lean into it a little bit. Call me Travie Bags, Travie Two Bags, and then always carry bags. Be the bad guy, Spend some cash, get a nice duffel. Yeah, they call me Travie Bags.
Oh man, between that and the Acorn, the texting service is just lighting up.
Didn't the officer have his Acorn-proof vest on? It says the texting service.
If an acorn falls from a tree in the woods and nobody is there to shoot it.
Yeah.
Who caused this problem? These nuts.
Love it. Text service is getting it, man. I just, that's a bummer. That's a bad, what day did this happen? Monday, Tuesday?
No, November.
November. They just finished their investigation. He just got word this week of the acorn.
And then you have to go home. And then your wife goes, hey, honey, the biscuits are done.
How was work? Oh.
Oh, no.
No, it's worse because he didn't know it was an acorn at first. So, honey, I was shot at today.
Oh, no.
I had to return fire.
But you should see the other guy.
Unarmed.
Unarmed. In fact, no
Squirrel's
arms.
eating it right now.
Not only was this guy unarmed, had no arms.
Right, exactly.
Wasn't sentient.
Hey, credit to those police cruisers.
Yeah, no. They're solid as a rock, man.
I'd feel pretty safe in one of those.
Exactly. Now you know. That's the place to be.
Or the guy in the back seat was straight Neo from The Matrix, and he was just slowing bullets down. Yeah.
I mean,
he's just over here tap dancing. Oh, whoa.
If you want, again, you can see the video for yourself at JimColbertLive.com. And speaking of places to be.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah, a lot. In fact, I just learned something new today. I'm probably the only noob that had no idea about this, but I did not know that you're not allowed to bring umbrellas to the Daytona Speedway. So if you're planning to go to the Daytona International or the Daytona 500 on Sunday, be aware a rain poncho, dress in layers. It's supposed to be windy, cold, and could be. So, but if you're covered with a rain poncho and dressed warm, you should be able to enjoy that show. And of course, if you want to drink like a Scotsman,
yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah.
You want to be.
I can't do that.
Oh, sure you could. Give it a try. Very good.
Very good.
All right, so. Okay.
Very good.
All right,
Very
it gets
German,
better.
but it's not bad.
Make your R into a D.
Very. There you go.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Well, you want to definitely celebrate Scottish culture. It's time for the Scottish Highland Festival in beautiful Mount Dora this weekend.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you can catch the Monsters in the morning. They're going to be doing a live broadcast tomorrow morning right there at that great restaurant, Pisces Rising.
We have to talk to the mayor of Mount Dora.
Let me know what you need to say. I got her number right here. You want me to call her?
No, she's going to be on the Monsters tomorrow. They're going to have plenty of guests from the Mount Dora area. But last time she was on the Monsters, she provided a key to the city for the station, and the Monsters claim it's theirs.
Oh.
So she needs to clarify that, that's for us too, or maybe we need a separate key to the city. I don't know.
And I think if we get that separate key, it needs to be bigger.
Yeah. Oh, take that, Monsters.
You know what I'm saying?
Or I want it to be like an actual real size key, so we'd be like, no, this one's real.
Right, exactly. This opens up City Hall.
Yours is dumb and oversized.
But not only the Monster's going to be there tomorrow morning, but the Kaylee. Do you guys ever hear of that? A Kaylee? It's a party that kicks off every Highland Festival.
It's a rager.
It is a rager.
Not that kind of rager.
Not that one. Well,
the good kind.
But Friday night from 6 to 9, you're going to have Taco Bob and Pat Lynch from WJRR going to be there.
Russ will be there as well.
Russ will be there as well, 6 to 9. And the band Friday night is going to set their bagpipes on fire.
What?
Yeah, this band, Celtica Nova, they light their bagpipes on fire as they play them. So it's epic. And then the games Saturday and Sunday, Jack. I know you've got some of the... there's a shortbread contest. You guys like shortbread cookies?
Yeah,
of course,
hell yeah.
Who does not?
The only thing I don't eat at the Highland Festival is the haggis.
The haggis.
Oh, you got to.
You got to. You got to.
If you put D's after R's in a lot of words.
Got to.
I got you on the break.
There'll be bagpipers, Highland Athletics, Celtic Music Dancing Society, and Heritage Clan Village. If you have, Bradshaw, have you ever had like your coat of arms? Or Ross, have you ever had your coat of arms done or to see what your tartan is?
Yeah, I think so. I lost it.
Yeah, I don't know what mine is. I don't know. I'm English. I don't know.
Pipes and drum performances, kids' activities, food, beverage vendors, merchandise vendors. It really is a great time. I'm going to be out there myself. You can get more details for the event, including where you can get your tickets, right there at realradio.fm/events. All right, it's last call time, people. I'm tired. Jim doesn't come back till tomorrow, so we're going to need you to take over the show now.
We're pooped.
We're pooped.
Help us out here.
Exactly. It's time for last call, so give us a call at 407-916-1041. Maybe a call back to something we said on the show, a little joke, maybe another request for Ross Padgett, the Love Guru. We'll do that when we get back right here. So keep it on Real Radio 104.1.
Got something to say? Call now, 407-916-1041. Last call, sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250, keyword free heart scan.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
What's going on, Central Florida? Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Snow Bergen here. Friday will be mostly cloudy. Temperatures probably in the high 70s for highs. Small chance of a sprinkle. Saturday and Sunday, totally cloudy. Showers during the day. Saturday becomes a steady rain Saturday night, lasting through most of Sunday. We're looking at 1 to 3 inches of rain area-wide. Potentially some higher amounts south of Central Florida, but no severe weather expected, and unfortunately, probably a washout for the 500 on Sunday.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, save big when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 68 or more OSB sheathing. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Improve your home's curb appeal, all while saving money on your utility bills with new windows from Renewal by Andersen. Or better yet, replace that patio door you've been meaning to get rid of for a while. You know the one. It wobbles on the track. It's embarrassing when you have people over for a pool party and you haven't tried closing it with your hip in forever. Well, every patio door from Renewal by Andersen is built with their exclusive Fibrex material, which is 2 times stronger than vinyl and features the most energy-efficient glass they have ever offered. And Renewal by Andersen products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you will find. And now through the month of February, buy 4 windows and or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Go to rbafla.com for complete details. License number CGC 1527613.
Moms, we all wish there were 2 more of us just to get through the day. Preparing lunches, snacks, dinners. We've all got a lot on our plates. That's where Fresh from Florida comes in. They have hundreds of recipes that make mealtime quick, easy, and healthy. And shopping for locally grown produce is a snap. Just look for the Fresh from Florida logo. When it's almost dinner time and you have to be 3 places at once, go to the one place that counts. FreshFromFlorida.com. There's sunshine in every bite.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up! and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. And now, during our President's Day sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add any base. Ends Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind and the Under Oath podcast. Here's some more free advice. After you get into a car accident or experience any other injury, you cannot imagine what the insurance companies will do to fight your claim. They will go through your social media accounts, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any other site you post on. They will use photos of you smiling to suggest you were not injured, that your life has not been impacted, all to avoid paying your medical expenses. Be careful when you post online. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Are your energy costs through the roof? FAS Windows and Doors is now offering buy 3, get 1 free windows on any project. This is a plain and simple deal that homeowners can receive at the time of signing. FAS also offers 24-month financing. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 24 months with this new financing option available from FAS. For a completely free in-home consultation, call FAS Windows and Doors today or visit us online at FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like the Beatles Now and Then. Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Not sure what's the best way to save for college? Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. For more than 35 years, we've helped Florida families successfully save for college. And now we've made it even more affordable to save with prepaid plans starting at just $34 a month. That's the lowest plan price in 10 years. Visit myfloridaprepaid.com and use our Easy Plan calculator to find the right plan for your family's budget and put your child on the path to less college debt. Florida Prepaid Open Enrollment is now. Find your plan today.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Doc Holliday here. So, Mr. Jim, no courtesy flush, Colbert's out today. I wonder if Miss Colbert showed him just exactly how many years younger than him she really is on Valentine's Day. Just something to ponder, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Adios.
Adios, Doc. I'm sure they broke out the bridal bits. Jim will be back tomorrow to tell us all about it, though. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. You've got Deb, Jack, and Ross. Real quick, I did want to mention about the Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival that it is going to go on rain or shine. So think of it like Scottish weather.
Yeah, there you go.
Literally, it's going to be literally like Scottish weather.
And I think Saturday night is when the rain's supposed to move in, and then on Sunday. So Saturday is going to be a prime day for.
And also, that's when comedian Jamie Kennedy is going to be performing at the Mount Dora Music Hall, and Ryan from Monsters in the Morning, Ryan Holmes, is going to be opening for him.
Oh, that's great news.
Yeah, and that's inside. So it's a chance for you to enjoy the festival, get inside, and then go back out and enjoy some whiskey and some Scottish weather.
Dig it.
We all loaded up and ready for last call?
Oh, we are chilling.
We chillin'. Now, I know we have another keyword coming up at 7, 8, and 9, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still have time to mention the 1 for 6? Or
Yeah, that's good until 6:55. So you got 5 minutes. If you haven't entered already, you only need to enter once. Take the keyword, go to realradio.fm. The drop-down box will ask you for the keyword. You enter it there. Boom.
And that keyword for the next 5 minutes is bank, B-A-N-K. Go get your money. We really, really hope you win. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to have hopefully the return of Fayez Kara for a Primetime Kitchen.
It's Friday.
It is Friday. We're going to finally get to talk to Candace Rich and find out what her Super Bowl experience was like.
Insane.
That's going to be cool.
It's really cool that all of the money people that we have on air are right.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're always like, Scott just came back from Colorado. Candace just came back from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're worth listening to.
Maybe they are onto something.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pay attention better next time. And speaking of our guests, we want to thank everyone who joined us today. We want to thank attorney Glenn Klausman for stopping by once again for Colbert Court. I also want to thank Jeff Stanford, the Vice President of Marketing for the Orlando Science Center, along with the Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival. You also have Spark STEM Fest coming up all President's Day weekend. And last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
As a matter of fact, if you want to, because we had so many prizes this week, if you want to try and win a pair of tickets to Spark STEM Fest at the Orlando Science Center, here's what you do.
All right.
You go to Instagram, Real Radio 1041 on Instagram, and in our story there, you can enter the win, name and email right in our story on, I'm explaining it in the video, but there's a chance for you to enter, and tomorrow we're going to award some prizes there.
Perfect. And you
can use this weekend.
Yeah, that works out great, Jack.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting that together. All right, you guys ready for last call?
Let's get it.
All right, who goes first, Ross?
Let's welcome Uncle Tony on line 1.
Tony, last call.
Hey, guys. I actually just wanted to say, Crouching Tiger, hidden Teabag. Damn, Jack, we might got something there.
Yeah. All right. I like it, buddy. I like it. I like it a lot.
Who's next, Ross?
Let's welcome Big T on line 2.
Big T, last call.
Good afternoon, Colbert crew, and I got 2 quick bullet points today. One, Jack, I know you are a stickler for details. So the show on Wednesday last week, which was Poppy Blanco and Blanese, did you mean to spell Poppy, P-O-P-P-Y? And also, Ross, I was just wondering, you ever considered Travis as a kid name for the kid?
Ooh.
Oh, God, people know my alias.
Yeah, it's just it would be Travis Paget, and that sounds kind of cool, actually. Trav Pat.
Who's next, Ross?
Let's welcome Mike Larson on line 3.
Oh, the legend, Mike Larson, last call.
Mike Larson on line 3.
You guys are down a employee with a finger over the dump button. So, Deb, I'll go G-rated today, okay?
Thank you.
Welcome, Mike the Legend, Buzzer Larson here. Deb, a vegan and a vegetarian are jumping off a cliff to see who will hit the bottom first. You know who wins, Deb?
No, Mike, who wins?
Society. Give me the buzzer.
G-rated?
Shame on you, Mike Larson.
Your G-rated had death?
I know, exactly. Hey, real quick, Jack, do we have time to go over the question of the day?
Sure. It was, have you ever been to Wisconsin? Because this is our trivia.
Yeah.
15.
What do you think? 15%? What do you say?
7.
Yeah, 27% of people on YouTube said yes.
That's awesome. And we had Wauwatosa checking in.
Yeah.
Who else is for last call?
Also, don't forget STEM Fest. If you are going on Saturday, I believe Savannah's going to be there from Gatorland and the Monsters. She'll be there Saturday, I believe, doing 2 shows, and you can get the details at osc.org/spark. for Sparks STEMFest.
Awesome. Thank you for that reminder. Ross, who's next?
Let's welcome Benji on line 4.
Benji, last call.
Yo, first of all, just want to say love you guys. Big congratulations to Ross. So happy.
Thank you.
Everything. I love hearing all the good things happening to you, man. I love you. You're the best. I have a question for you, though, Love Guru. Me and my girl are doing Valentine's tomorrow.
Okay.
Am I supposed to wrap Valentine's gifts?
Yeah.
If it's
But
not,
it depends on the gift.
That's true. But I would say if you can't wrap, throw it in a box. You got to have some effort before
Gift bag.
before it gets gift bag. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Wow, put it in a basket.
Yeah, put it in
Oh,
a basket. Basket goes hard.
That's a great idea.
It's romantic.
Basket's got little frilly things. I put in little flowers in there.
Excellent.
That's
a solid win, dude. She's going to love it. Good luck with your Valentine's. And listen, we look forward to joining you again tomorrow afternoon at 3. Like I said, Jim will be back. We'll have Candace Rich with Rich Tips, Fayez Cara, and more on the Jim Colbert Show. So keep it right here on Real Radio 104.1 and have a great rest of your Thursday. Bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.
Oh, Lord.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Still seeing slow traffic on I-4 this evening in the Orlando area. There is a crash blocking the westbound right shoulder near the Central Florida Parkway exit, causing heavy backups on the interstate. A crash westbound on the 408 is currently blocking the right lane just before Mills Avenue, causing heavy traffic all the way back from Conway Road. If you see other traffic